initially to make it not a little bit hard for them.
Yep.
I do agree with Harley, but I want to see something more like, I don't know.
A different hero, a different hero spec.
yeah.
So no worries about that. I think the teams here, they have this opportunity. It's the best of 3 again for those who don't know. They can still try it out. But again, some things are meant to be put aside, like the bans, the default bans again. Grok, please, gentlemen,
I think
teams.
if you don't ban Grok, you're saying, hey, guys,
let it go.
win this game.
I mean, it's at least 90%.
19, it's 100%, dude.
I want to
It's
give
not
you
100, it's
10%.
100%. The stats don't lie. This is one thing that we can say, hey guys, we are pretty confident that Grok is pretty strong. You can see in the early game, when he pops that nature's power, it is so hard. It's not only so hard, it's impossible to CC him. And the late game, you can't even kill him. You can see he's just walking in between the team. He's like, yeah, you can't kill me, it's fine.
Yes, and he is so disruptive among the battlefield. He disrupts walls, he split pushes as well. He does a lot of minion damage in order to push the turrets or, you know, to go in with his own minion wave. This is so huge, and we did see Grok doing a lot of objectives as well. He managed to kill off the base, the Nexus base, and of course the Lord. But before that, ladies and gentlemen, I think we have our saying already. Let's move on to the first draft.
Let's go into the first draft. This is the second semi-final. DD Pro Gaming from Philippines against the home ground favorites, the last stand of Indonesia, RRQ Oxygen. Game 1 of this best of 3. Who will prevail? Who will be on top at the end of this series? Let's find out. This is the pick and ban of Game 1.
Digital Devils Professional Gaming will go. We'll start off with the blue side first, while the red side will be RRQ Oxygen.
Okay, so the
Standard bans again.
DD will have the first pick, so I don't think that the RQ will let the group.
Let's just hope. Let's just not be the reminiscence of the previous 3 games.
Yeah, we were not thinking that the group will be bad, but it's not.
Yeah.
That's only the saber, but like what?
And banning the saber again. That is a topic of debate.
It's Odie!
Hey! Odie!
Odie's right
no,
there.
he's in the viewers' seat.
I would want to be in his position right now.
Yeah, with
I wouldn't mind being there right now.
with
That is
Regals
the
of RRQ.
RQ owner,
Ah, look at his life.
Keon.
Oh.
Rex Dragon Keon, that is Keon.
Ah, okay.
Alright.
So playing in his honor, and finally, sorry for the delay, we are finally the pick and ban. Hayabusa has been banned out just for everyone to know. So hopefully the graphic does come out there. There you go, you can see Hayabusa taking first away, and there you go. Thank you.
Terima kasih.
Bans away
Makasih.
Grok.
Oh man, and Selena being banned out by Digital Devils Professional Gaming, a great ban indeed as well. They don't want to give RRQ the chance to use such a defeat here. And Hellcat
Standard bans coming now. What is this first pick? This will dictate a lot. Is it the Martis? Yes, it will be. It's just way too strong. He's so versatile. With that Mortal Core, he can be an assassin with Decimate. He can be a CC lockdown with Mortal Core as well. And now, the one hero that got slipped out because of that Grok ban is Bane.
Yes, and Bane is kind of replaced by Jawhead. Bane replaces Jawhead in the S2 slot, which is a bit of an interesting fun fact here. Looks like Digital Devils Professional Gaming will slot in a double assassin, which is Lancelot and Gusher.
Double assassin, one fighter, and also like a Martin is sort of like an assassin in itself as well.
Yeah.
A lot of damage potential. I'm fully expecting the last 2 picks maybe to be an Arca and a Hylos. They need that damage tankiness in front of these assassins.
I do agree with Hylos. I hope that RQ will pick Hylos rather than just Lolita. But if they go for 2 tanks, it's also good, like Lolita plus stuff.
Yes, the Kagura.
I told you, look at the crowd.
The fans have it. The fans have it. They're what they want.
That is the Kagura that they were talking about. But now I'm more interested to see what DD Pro Gaming will do. And I said it should be the Arca and the Hylos because they need this tanky front line. Arca gets forced out. It could be a surprise pick. They're holding it in for quite a while, discussing within themselves what they want to do. What do you think here, KBC?
Perhaps it's a full pure tank or a Jawhead could have been
Could be a Jawhead.
Yeah, hybrid
Jawhead
tank
works as
fighter.
well.
Yeah.
Jawhead or Hylos, I think both of them work really well. But it looks like it's 7 seconds. You know what? Okay, throw it away. Raphaelia gonna come in. They are going for a support. I don't think it's gonna be a saber. They do need damage on the side of RRQ. Maybe a marksman because they do have the Lolita. And honestly speaking, it is a pretty good marksman game because you can play relatively safe. Could be a carry coming in here.
Yes.
I'm not thinking about marksman right now.
We're just waiting to see
Harley,
the
Max,
final.
Harley
could be Ken as well.
Yeah,
but you
Harley.
want to run with a double mage, it doesn't seem like a viable option for RRQ, even though the previous game they won. Alright, and it will be a marksman assassin. Leslie, ladies and gentlemen. This is your first Leslie in the tournament. And my oh my, mind, the crowd is hype.
I told you guys, this was a marksman game from the start. They just need it. They just need this game. And playing Tuturu, one of the king tree marksmen, being there, right? He is known as the kings. Now, really quickly, guys, I'm gonna start it off. I'm our RRQ.
I love Leslie. I want to see RRQ win.
RRQ.
Okay, guys, that's all from us. It's all RRQ. We are with the Indonesian crowds. Casters, take it away.
And of course, you will be casting with us, and we will be commenting you for this game cast today. I am Hachik, and of course, with my lovely co-caster, who has been casting for the last game as well.
Yep, Saki here.
Nice to meet you guys, and we will get into this very hot game. Leslie, the marksman, at last. They're appearing right now, and we're gonna see a marksman in this game again. We saw that marksman on Arrow Wolf, so I think first game marksman, Indonesian meta, apparently on a best of 3 is now a thing. But we're gonna get into the game. As you can see in the back of our screens, the game has already started, and we're in. Of course, I Am Jago is gonna play Kagura instead of Lemon. Lemon is gonna play Bane. Insing is gonna play Lolita. Tuturu is gonna play Leslie, and Liam is gonna play Joe. Whereas on the digital level side,
And I mean, compared to RRQ, DD Pro Gaming, they do have a really strong damage dealer. As you can see, they have Mardis, they have Gushin, they also have Lancelot there. That's a really huge damage dealer. They have to be really careful not to be caught in any kind of large war here, or they can come together and crumbling down for I don't know how long.
ooh, Instinct there, dueling with Tets. There's 2 tanks. There is Sania though, so he doesn't want to over push, over damage that one, because he might go down by Gushin himself. But they are gonna try to get that extra XP from the jungle minion, as the wave is actually pushing on bot lane. Lolita is actually defending bot lane by itself, even though Turtle is gonna spawn in 10 seconds. There is the backup of Kagura, and Leslie is still in the jungle farming away. Yako getting the cannon wave. There is the second cannon wave, the G Kundo right onto Rafaela, but was unable to capitalize on that knockup, as Tuturu here will try to get as much funneling, gold funnel.
There's the pause there.
Playing the Leslie, but there's gonna be a pause as we are gonna wait for a bit here.
The goal difference is quite equal there. There's no proxy farming happening here and there. So it's quite equal on both sides. We might have to wait for a minute, for a bit. Not a minute, but
Yeah, interestingly though, the no proxy farming means it only shows that they do not want to engage the like the very early fights. Because if you're proxy farming, that means you're actually asking for a fight.
Yep.
Whereas on the RQ team, there is Tuturu, so it's better that they funnel gold in their jungle instead of proxy farming to push the lanes. Well, on DDPG, there is Rafaela walking with Lancelot, so you have that peeler for Lancelot, which is already very, very mobile. I would call him very, very mobile.
Gushin as well is very
Gushin
mobile.
is also very mobile, as you were saying. And that is interesting because they're not doing any proxy farmings, as you were saying, but it's going to be a lot of jungle clearing, Rafaela helping Lancelot, making sure that he doesn't drop too low on HP when he goes back in lane. And I think at that point, they're just trying to gold funnel both Lancelot and Leslie all at the same time.
I mean, what I'm thinking now is that DD Pro Gaming is that they are probably going to pick on Tuturu here with her Leslie, so that it wouldn't allow him to snowball at all. So you have to cut him short there at the early game, trying to push him into his own box, not letting him level up as quickly so he won't get enough items to, you know, like snowball from there, because Leslie can easily clear out turrets, easily getting objective, get a lord easily. You can steal pretty easy too. So we are gonna resume this game. Tats is quite not moving at all.
And the players, the game is now back. The Samia just bought an item there. And the boots for D right here, as they are gonna try to initiate that turtle right now.
And so we are faced 1v1 here, Gushin versus Lolita there, but we have to be retreating back into the turret. No contest from RRQ here, and so the turtle is going to be taken by Gushin. with no contest. And so Bane is actually, Lemon is going to take the top turret there. Yako is going to come to top lane, trying to push him away, but it's already...
Oh, there is a Jikundo right there, but there is no initiations any further coming from Joe as Lemon here with the Bane. We'll try to back that up. There is the ultimate coming from a D with that Rafaela. If that hits anyone, it would have stunned really, really hard as well. But there is a wave dragon right onto Lion. There's a Hurricane, but it won't really hit anyone. Instead, it's trying to save his teammate from dying there as D was able to flicker away and the Hurricane Dance was able to save him and lock the Joe out, Liam out from getting that kill.
That is correct. You and also I Am Jago almost died there when he was pulled into the turret with the Jikundo there. Quite a close call, almost a first blood for RRQ there, but alas, they didn't have it.
You want to see how annoying that rum is, as you can see. You're just dealing enough damage and you just rum once, get that movement speed. It's not only that you heal, you actually can run away from that fight. So it's a really game changer when it comes to 1v1 in top lane. And I think that's the problem with Bane. That's why Adermain was so scared of Aero Wolf's Bane, knowing how powerful it is in the laning phase. But we're going to see the Mortal Coil coming from Yako, almost getting Lemon in the process, but Lion was there to back it up. However, there is tension with the backup currently right onto that wall as Lion is going to go down, but will try to survive with the Jikundo as well, but will go down with the Mortal Coil, almost dying from the Hurricane Dance with the Phantom Execution, but Yako was able to finish him off.
So the first blood goes to Digital Devil Professional Gaming here from the Philippines. Zania is alone there. Gushton have to run away as Lolita using her shield to protect her teammates. And so they're chasing. DD is playing really aggressive. They're trying so hard to push it. Akai is providing enough distraction for DD to actually push it. Oh, Yako there.
Yeah, there was Yako is trying to initiate on Liam. They're gonna try to like the Turtle, trying to zone them out as Turtle has been slain by a few, but nothing actually happened there aside from the zone out. But look at that bot lane, it's gonna get pushed by Instinct, I Am Jago, and Tuturu. The Lolita is right there. I just realized the usage of Lolita against Gushon can block that Shadow Blade Slaughter with that Golden Bulwark.
But the mid lane have to go down there. DD is going to take that mid turret. Oh, almost. It's definitely go down.
Look at that damage, but will go down. Tet has to go down, even though trying to do Hurricane Dance right onto that wall. The damage was too much. Tuturu dealing way too much damage there with I Am Jago as well. But Yako will slay Bane in a 1v1. However, Liam is right there with the slow. Instinct is right there with the flicker as well, and will go down. Yako almost, apparently, will still go down with the attack from Tuturu. That auto attack really deals a lot of damage.
Late. I mean, they are quite late on coming into Yako's defense there.
I Am Jago might actually caught here. There is a Phantom Execution right on I Am Jago, and I Am Jago will go down. Tuturu flicker way out of the way from that Torn Rose, but the Torn Rose will cool down fast enough to get the kill onto to Tuturu, and will go down as well as Few here with D will try to get a bit of those jungle EXPs from RRQ02. So
3 versus 1 there on the top lane, trying to get the tier 2 turret out of RRQ's hand here. Joe is just spinning around. Oh, the pin there.
There is the pin coming from the Hurricane Dance and almost dying there, but will survive just with a little bit of health, but will go down by the Rafaela instead as the Way of the Dragon onto Tet was able to stop him from killing him, but D is still right there. The Nomenon Blast will hit Tet, and there is Lemon trying to do enough damage there. Will not do anything though. The Wave Cannon, the Belly Cat is still on cooldown, but look at that. D is dealing enough damage for his teammates to pick up all of those kills that they cannot, and D is a support playing Rafaela there.
1-4-4. That is not looking very good for RRQ now. They are playing too hasty, and it's a really prolonged war just now in their own jungle where they want to really commit, but in fact they actually lost 4 of their teammates here. Not looking quite good. The goal difference is actually 6k now. 7 minutes in, 8 to 3 kills.
And this is the interesting part about RRQ right now, because they're having a really good draft pick here with the Bane on Lemon as well. The Tuturu playing Leslie, but they're not doing all that well. However, Tuturu's item hasn't peaked yet, only having Berserker's Fury right now on his hand. He's just waiting until he gets all of his full items, at least in percentage. But there is the Mortal Coil coming to Yako. Asura's right onto the enemy team, but I am Jaco will have to go down by the Shadow Slaughter as Yako will pick up that kill with the Martis. However, Chance is going to get stunned here. There is Lemon from behind, but Lemon will have to go back. Liam as well. Instinct is still in that bush. Will try to do something. There is the heal coming from D. Will heal all of his teammates with the extra movement speed as well, but the turret is going to go down. Yako will try to do something. Instead, it's going to do the Hurricane that's right onto Instinct. There's a Shadow coming from Gushin and will get the killing spree. Destania. There is the cancel Nomenon Blast and the double kill coming from Yako, and RQ02 is in a lot of trouble right now as I am Jaco and Instinct, the only two men alive. I am Instinct almost dying, that I am Jaco will try to defend this turret all by himself, but look at that damage coming from Lancelot. The Thorn Ropes and the Defense Execution dealt enough damage as Mew is actually pushing this lane very, very fast with the minions. Now, there is that one siege minion coming into the lane, but Instinct is able to defend that just as well as RQ02 responding onto the base. Now, look at this. What is happening right now? 33 Digital Devils is dominating this game.
So RQ are quite confined in their own lane. They have to clear out as much as possible. The mid lane is completely exposed here. DD Gaming can actually come into the mid lane and try to push as much as they can if they actually win the next war. But nevertheless, DD actually can approach the Lord Pit and try to commit to the Lord, but I don't know, it's looking very good for RRQ. The difference is almost 12k right now. That's 6 items for DD Gaming.
That is in fact true. 11k gold lead for DDPG as they're trying to push this out with the enemy, with RQ just trying to figure out a way to stop that Lancelot. There is the siege coming on to top lane, and Yako is already waiting on bot lane. He has to run around from the base to defend that lane, and it's gonna go down anyways though, as there is 5 people already gathering with the RQ team. The problem is that this team with Bane, that means they're sorry, a team fighting comp, and that's not happening. They're not team fighting yet. They're always getting separated. Lemon always gets caught off guard with Liam a bit too over pushing, but now RRQ needs to do something. They need to gather, they need to win the fights, but Lemon is getting dealt a lot of damage as Mew is way too fed right now in this stage of the game. 13-3 with 12k gold lead as the Digital Devils will try to take the Lord.
As you can see, the level difference is massive. At least 4 level between PU and the top level, which is I Am Jago and also Tutor level 10. That's 4 levels. That's a massive difference.
When your damage dealer is 4 level behind, you're having a lot of issues with the Lord already taken, but there is going to be a fight here. However, Pew will be able to escape. There is a mega kill coming from Martis. There is a double kill coming from Martis in that war, as well as Pew is now pushing. The Lord's already pushing, but look at that. Instinct flickering to the wrong way as he is going to go down, trying to escape the enemy from the outer side, but it's going to be a GG for Digital Devils Professional Gaming as they were able to dominate that game in a fashionly manner. And our panelist has to be disappointed. It was a 3-0 predict for our panelist side, but DDPG was able to prove the Philippine side is far stronger, showing dominance in this early stage of the match on the semifinals. But
so this is a BO3.
Yes.
They just won the first leg of the BO3. They have to win the next one to be immediately qualified for the grand final here. So RRQ have to win all the rest of the remaining match here to even go ahead with the grand final.
And before we go into any more tangents about this discussion, we'll just leave it to the pros that has been watching, taking data right into the panel's list. Guys, take it away.
Thank you so much there, Hachi, Ken, and Sue. Wow, something that we didn't expect there, honestly.
It was a total domination from Team DD Pro Gaming.
Yeah.
I was actually quite surprised because I was following up with RRQ's Tuturu. He was using the marksman and been told that one of the best marksmen
Yeah.
in Southeast Asia. He was really been shut down, locked down completely by DD Pro Gaming. They were just taking every single objective properly and hesitantly ending the game so fast.
Yeah, it's 11 minutes if I'm not mistaken.
Let's see
And
the
we
stats
stand-
really quickly here. Once again,
Oh, Ravela.
Raphaelia actually, yeah, he was support, so they get the inflated stats a little bit. But like, Few is playing so well.
Yep. I love his build up. He's very, very nice. The way how he does it, he wants to get the quick items. It's something like a standard items that he needs to, but he already has the damage. And their mindset is going into this game is finish them up early to mid game. We can't let this Leslie free farm all the way. Leslie, in the meantime, tutorial of 2 to 4. That is the shutdown that I was talking about.
You know what? I actually think that during the draft, they kind of expected a marksman coming into the last pick because obviously RRQ had last pick, right?
Yep.
And they sort of like, yeah, I think this marksman will be a last pick coming from RRQ. So that's why they picked the Raphaelia to accelerate the game so quickly. Because with Raphaelia, your holy retribution, right?
Yep.
Sorry, lack of retribution. There's so much damage early on that you can just push things so quickly. And with your assassins, you can just heal everyone with your holy light so that they keep on diving and diving and diving, doing so much damage and just accelerate the game so quick.
Yes, indeed. What do you think about it?
It's like the Leslie cannot move at all, and Ravela plus the Lancelot is just like they really have a good setup. Marty's open it up, Ravela used the ultimate, like the Lancelot just coming in with the throws and also the dash. It's just like too much damage and good setup, while the Araki cannot do it because it's only Lolita stay in the front, but they cannot really make a good one with the bait.
I want to stress this out as well. The way they not only getting kills but also getting turrets at the same time. So the more turrets you get, the more map control that the opposite team has, which is DD Pro Gaming, and this is what they want. They want to secure as much map control, disrupt the microeconomy status of Team RRQ Oxygen, because if your economy is so bad, your Tuturu's Leslie couldn't even farm properly, and you know the rest of the team just faltered from that.
I was so excited for Tuturu's Leslie.
I know.
As well.
I was like, wait a minute.
I wanted it to work, but you could see just by 2 minutes in, it didn't work because the aggression coming in from DD Pro Gaming was too much for RRQ to handle. They knew what was at stake. They knew, okay, this is our game plan. We need to make sure that we shut down Tuturu, shut down the Leslie so that it doesn't go to late game. You know, before they get those 3 items, that Malefic Raw, Berserker's Fury, and also Windtalker. When you get those 3 items on Leslie, because I know I play a lot of Leslie, right?
Yep.
You feel unstoppable. That's
Correct.
what they were preventing, and that's what they did.
And again, for those who don't know, the Philippines team actually played really fast-paced, aggressive meta style. And you know, even though we do see a similarity between Eater Main and DD Pro Gaming, it feels like they perfected the craft, they polish it, and they kind of make that particular meta style their culture of attacking teams, attacking unsuspecting teams, especially those who want to run with a marksman to drag and get the game longer. This will not work if they don't really prepare it well against this fast-paced style of gameplay.
So I want to ask you guys, right? You are RRQ. What do you do now?
I'm not gonna play the marksman again. I'm gonna change it, like a 3 assassin surprise, or just using the mage plus 2 assassin.
I mean, we will find out because Game 2's Picks and Ban is just moments away. We can already hear the crowd. They are dead silent. A complete opposite from Game 1.
Yep.
Now you can see a few claps here and there, but they know what's at stake here. Suddenly, when there was a potential of having an all-Indonesian team final, it might be a no Indonesian team finals at all.
Yeah.
As we go in to the Pick and Ban of Game 2 between DD Pro Gaming as well. DD Pro Gaming as well as RRQ Oxygen.
And looks like RRQ Oxygen is fighting for their dear tournament life. If they were to lose this, they are out of the finals already. They still have the third and fourth placing if they were to lose. However, Digital Devils Professional Gaming, one more win into the grand finals, meeting their brothers.
Remember my prediction from yesterday? I said I called it all Filipino team grand final, and I'm still sticking to it. Both Filipino teams have been playing so well today, and I think they deserve it.
And looking beginning. Yeah.
Now we will see the ban and peak pace here from Digital Devil President Game, and also Rarity, Hayabusa, and also the Cho from Araraki side and Digital Devils, Grok and also Zelina worth to ban all of them, especially the Grok and Zelina. Too much damage, and Araraki got the first pick here. Might be Lancelot, Guardian, Jowhat.
Martis is still
Martis,
available.
it has to be the Martis.
And Helka is available again.
Oh, that's true. But I think Martin is more
yeah.
priority pick here because Martin is the all-rounder. Helka is more like a utility assassin, like you mentioned earlier. So yeah, Martis definitely. If I'm RQ, I think that's a good pick, good way to start out our draft. Now, if I'm D-Pro Gaming, I'm going for the Helkert as well as the Jawhead. But nope, looks like Lancelot and Gushon.
Oh, but
This is sending a message.
Yeah, but Araraki got the advantage to take the only a whole map AoE ultimate.
Looks like RRQ is going to lock down Helka and Jawhead.
Yes.
It is, it's like sending a message like, you know what, you can have those heroes, I can do better without those heroes.
Yeah, that's true. And look at that, Arca Lolita. This just tells me that the last pick is going to be a pure assassin as well, because that's the game strategy that they really like to go for. Triple assassins, double tanks. That's the name of the game. Throughout the whole tournament, we've been seeing that way. And I really like from the Pro Gaming, they are not doing anything fancy, right?
Yep.
They are playing things by the books, and that's been working. Look at that game one. They just absolutely crush, decimate every single member of RQ. Meanwhile, RQ going to lock in the Harley.
I'm gonna ask, is there a chance DD playing marksman in somehow?
I don't think so.
Nah,
No.
Diggy, he's not really suitable to play a marksman role as RRQ choosing Harley and Hylos. I love this pickup.
I like the Hylos.
Yeah,
I like the
Hylos is good. Primary tank, helping out the team, especially being the most tankiest tank.
Yes.
At least
And,
they're going back to a more traditional one, and like I said, it's going to be a fighter alpha instead. So this are more well-rounded compositions for both teams here. So what do you expect this KBC?
I'm gonna go with Digital Devils Pro Gaming because it's very well balanced. They can do the 2-1-2 setup, the somewhat traditional already, to roam around and very, very mobile instead.
Right, what
about
do you?
Yeah, I do agree with you. I'm gonna go with the Digital Devils. The hero, the two tanks, the composition is just good for me.
Well, same as me as well, because I think DD Pro Gaming will be able to clean sweep this, but it's not up to me to decide. It's up to the players. It's up to the 10 players on stage. This is game 2 of DD Pro Gaming going up against RQ Oxygens, and Casters can take it away.
Thank you so much, Camo. So we're gonna step into our second match of the day, which is RQ versus DDPG, and this is our BO3 second match.
This is the second match indeed, and this is a do or die for RRQ Oxygen. Unless they want to stick with the third or fourth position, which I really don't want, but the shield isn't gold, so look at the bronze, isn't it? So that's wood.
And it's gonna start right now, immediately.
So you'll get the wood plating for, what if you get gold in like the fourth position, But so instead of like the gold in first position, you get like the cool shield in the fourth position, and then like silver, then like bronze and wood for the first, it's like they just like reverse. But anyways, joking aside, we're gonna go right into the first game, and it's gonna be Harley on Tsuturu, and Liam is gonna play Hylos as well as Instinct will be playing Hellcart, not gonna get banned there. Lemon will be playing the Jawhead, not the Assassin, as Ayam Jago is gonna be Martis, as on the Digital Devil side, Fuyu is gonna play Lancelot, Tex is gonna play Akai, Yako will be playing that Alpha, the Lolita, and Gushon is gonna play, he's gonna be played by Desania, again another Gushon, and look at that, Fuyu is gonna play a lot of damage, he's gonna give a lot of damage right onto Hylos with that Lancelot, and Lancelot is not bad, not so perfect either, but Lemon just got a kill with that Jawhead. Wow.
It's really, really strong now. RRQ have a lot at stake here. They have to win twice here to be qualified for the grand final. Meanwhile, DD only have to win once to be qualified. And now a little bit of Tom and Jerry action here. Tutor almost get caught here when he entered the bush here. Harley rocking him with the cards. Have to retreat back and clear out the minion here at the mid lane. And so Lolita is just scouting around the bushes on the bot lane. I am Juggle, and the rest of the team is going up on to the top lane. 3 versus 2 out there. They're just waiting for the right time. Ted just got caught with the nom there. But yeah,
Yeah, the fight is still not happening. They're trying to play a bit safe after the first 2 kills from each. The first 2 kills from both sides.
Yep.
And it's still not gonna do a lot of stuff, at least on the goal lead either, because it's still pretty much the same. Only 100 difference. That's just 3 minions difference. But look at that, Lemon is trying to fling one away as Few is gonna get flanked from behind. There is a Dark Knight, but to no avail. Instinct was unable to save Lemon there, and Lemon will have to go down. It's 2 kills right now for Real Devils, and it's gonna be a chance for them to get the first turtle.
so DDPG is going to initiate the turtle now, probably without any contest. RRQ doesn't really notice that they are going for the turtle there. RRQ just roaming around in their own lane here, not knowing that the turtle just got taken there. And so clearing out the minions, both party is going to meet in the mid lane. 3 versus 3 there. Lancelot is quite near. Oh, that is getting caught there.
There is a deadly game right onto Tets, but it's not going to deal enough damage, as there is going to be the ultimate coming from Jaw, and will try to rush it out, but Few is going to get captured instead, as Martis is going to pick up that kill. Few with the Lancelot is going to go down. I Am Jago will pick up that kill instead.
No proxy farming as of right now. They're quite equal in terms of gold here. Only 500 gold difference between the 2 of them. Quite negligible at this time of point. We are 3 minutes and 3.5 minutes in. There's no movement here. 70 seconds to turtle as well. And if you guys are watching on our Facebook Live, go support DD Gaming Philippines or Indonesia. Oh,
There
John.
is a Hurricane Dance, but he is going to get hit by the deadly game. Look at the damage coming from the deadly game, and follow up instantly by I Am Jago with the Martin Astral Strike onto the Mortal Coil. However, the Tornado is right there with the Phantom Execution. Nomnon Blast with the Lolita, but won't hit anyone as I Am Jago will try to escape. There is the Mortal Coil again, stunning 3 people at once, but will not help him survive that fight, as he is going to go down 1 for 1. That's for I Am Jago. But look at that in bot lane, as Instinct here is gonna almost die. The deadly point is, sorry, my bad. I got lost in the fight and all of the beautiful
Scenery.
not scenery, I mean like the lights and effects from the skills. But the little signal was unable to deal enough damage there.
But I mean, things are not going as aggressively as I wanted it to be. I mean, I know that there's a lot of things at stake here for both teams. Anyone who is going to proceed after the semifinal will go into the grand final to fight either main here from the Philippines. So either there will be the Indonesian versus Philippines or Philippines versus Philippines.
And the first turret, at least on the RQ side, has been destroyed, but there's going to be another return turret kill on top lane, and the turtle is going to get slain again by Few. There is 2 turtles for Digital Devils, and RQ still has no objective. This has been going on since the first game as well, and it's going to be going a bit bad. However, the goal lead is still there, as Unsync actually flashes away from that fight. And look at that, Tets will Hurricane Dance out of the way, saving his life, but there's not going to be another Hurricane Dance for at least another 1 minute, and that is going to be a lot of issue, as RRQ here is going to gather around for another fight. Liam there is already there, will try to do the stun, but will just run away. There is a Mortal Coil to save his life, as Liam is not in any kind of danger though. Instinct will try to farm, funnel farming here, get as much gold as possible going into the mid game.
So both Martis and also Jawhead is building an all damage dealer build here, similar to Lancelot, as you can see from DDPG here. They're slowly building up their items here to fight against it. Oh, I Am Jago have to get caught there, almost die. Oh, Hylos.
The glorious Batway right there, and there is, however, the Nomenon Blast, but Liam will have to escape that, trying to avoid the Nomenon Blast stun right onto his face. The Zania is going to get hit by the Deadly Game. However, there is the Phantom Execution from Few. Tutu is in a very horrible position, but will space escape out of the way. Lemon is there to help him out and guard him to save his life, but Liam will be the sacrificial pawn here, as the horse is going to go down.
Down. And so Yako was trying to steal it. Oh, Harley with the damage and the card.
Damage.
But he have to be sandwiched in the Indonesian sandwich party here. Oh my god. Oh!
Was that a fake kill from the Northern Impact? Nice.
Yeah, so it's a
just comes in after Alpha died, but look at that, there is the Hurricane right onto Martis, as I Am Jago will have to fall down.
I Am Jago was alone there. Tuturu wasn't able to come into that war because of his skills cooldown. Quite a shame, but they have to be really careful now. DDPG already have their scaling right. They have killed quite a lot, 4 to 7 now, and they are slowly snowballing here. We have to see what RRQ can do to come back from this.
Would you call slowly snowballing a snowball? Or is it like slowly getting the goalie?
It's like you putting it in a fridge and then you're waiting it to become an ice and then you make it a snow.
So you like roll it slowly.
Yeah, roll it super slowly.
Gotcha.
So 8 minutes in, we still haven't seen like a huge war happening here. I was expecting it to be more aggressive from DDPG because they have slightly less things to worry for now.
Interestingly though, even though the fight has been on the DDPG side, never mind, there is going to be a fight here as Few will have to run away with the Phantom Execution. However, the Zoro's dealt enough damage. There is a Ghost Pathway, but it only gives a bit of health, extra health to Hylos, but Hylos will say a lot here as Lion will run away. But look at that, everybody else is going to get captured. There is a Phenomenon Blast to the Flicker.
Yako is going to
Tuturu will try to deal a lot of damage with that Poker String. SD will be able to escape that. And, sorry, gone?
Yako just now was just split pushing it. So the other teammate from DDPG is just providing enough distraction for it. Few is going to take that turret.
Deadly game right onto that Poker String. Never mind.
Oh, that's
it's
so
too much.
little.
The damage wasn't even that high. As you were saying, Alpha was actually solo pushing in bot lane, whereas the fight actually happened. Yako has been doing that over and over, actually trying to steal as much jungle minions so Hellcurt doesn't get fed, doesn't snowball in that gold, because honestly the only reason why RRQ is still able to hold into a 2k deficit is because that Phenomenon Blast, the Phantom Execution to the Hurricane Dance will able to get the double kill, but there is Harley able to kill Yako. However, the Sania will get that kill with the Shadow Blast Slaughter right onto Martis.
RRQ, you have to go back here. Your teammates really need you. The tier 3 turret will go down pretty time soon. We have to go down by Harley here. Top lane turret has been destroyed.
That instinct though, however, tried to flicker away. There is the Shadow Blade. There's the Shadow Blink right there. The blink. What do you call it? The Shadow Strike.
Shadow Strike, yeah.
No, I need to look that up.
And of course, that is a really worth it war that they already got the tier 3 turrets from RRQ. They have to push
Sword Spike.
Okay, and they have to take the Lord so that it will be easier for them to push the other lane. But RRQ, what is going on?
Honestly,
Hellcurt and also Liam was chasing down other members of the Digital Devils here, but it's not worth it. They're leaving the base empty.
Yeah, it's exposed as well, but Hellcurt got caught off guard as Sania was able to Sword Spike right onto him and follow up with the Shadow Blade Slaughter, dealing enough damage for him to go down. But look at this, there's going to be the Lord contest coming from DDPG, but the players from RQ is not just going to give them for free, as there is, look at that, the Phenomenon Blast right onto that Flicker, but there is a Ghost Pathway right in the middle as a lot of the RQ players try to swarm up here, but Few was able to get the damage with the Rotor and the Phantom Execution. There is a Force Swing coming from Yako, the Rotary Impact trying to push it out. There is Yako here trying to kill I Am Jago. The Rotary Impact wasn't able to get the kill, but the Sania is able to get the killing spree as well there. And now the double kill coming from the Sania will be able to clear out the players from RRQ as they're going to push on top lane. The one lane that is exposed with 2 super minions pushing in, and it's only I Am Jago and Liam. This is going to be a lot of issue for RRQ as they have to be able to hold this down. There is the Phenomenon Blast through the Flicker, will able to get the kill. The stun onto Liam as look at this. Liam is in a lot of issue trying to stay the Ghost Pathway for that extra heal as the Sania has to run back because everyone else from Team RQ has already respawned.
But the Sania already got an immortality, so he can actually accompany Lord and try to make the final push all the way to the Nexus here. Or they will focus focus on the tier 2 and make more.
Turrets down.
Yeah,
They're
and so
actually-
more super minion coming into the mid lane as well. Wow.
The interesting part with the Lord is that they have to cater onto that Lord, so DDPG can actually push the other lanes as they're trying to put. They can't put 5-man right onto that bot lane because they have someone to handle the Lord in top lane. So it's gonna be a 4v5 if the fight actually happens. As Laimer with the Glorious Pathways try to stop the advance of the players from DDPG. Instinct here will try to get a bit out of the top lane, but RRQ is in a lot of trouble as the gold lead now is getting way further. There's a 90 deficit right now. DDPG is on a roll, is on the prime position, almost winning. There is the Mortal Coil, be able to stun 3 people. There is a knock-up as well, but look at that, a lot of messy fights here as there's a Phenomenon Blast being charged by Lolita, and Desania was able to get the mega kill, and Q was able to get the kill as well there, and I think that's GG as the player from RRQ is unable to defend it from the attacks of DDPG. Tuturi has to run away, but the exposed Nexus is going to be there as Tuturi got wiped out, and that is going to be a GG for DDPG, and RRQ has to run down onto the bronze match. Will face Aerowolf in an Indonesian derby, but this is interesting though. The 2 teams that's going to be in the finals is the 2 teams that's going to be in the finals for MPL Philippines. Are we going to see a rewind of that show because Aerowolf had lost and RRQ lost. It's going to be an Aider main going against DDPG. Aider main swept DDPG in a 3-0 score.
Wow, it's
In
a
MPL
really
Philippines.
DDPG is just playing super beautifully. I'm pretty sure that all the Filipinos supporter here or everywhere else watching us at EGG Network or our Facebook Live gaming here is going to be very aesthetic. So we're going to see all Filipino team fighting at the grand finals here.
But before we go into more talks, we'll just leave it up to the pros at the panelist desk. Guys,
Take it away.
Thank you so much, Hachiken. And stunned, silenced. Yep, crowd controlled, literally. That's the Indonesian crowd right now.
Yes, and it is a deja vu of the MPL Philippines because, ladies and gentlemen, we have 2 Philippines in the grand finals. Hello, Jay.
True.
You have to say something.
Pinas.
I know you have to say something.
Laban Pinas. Salamat sa good fight over there.
Yeah.
It's a really good fight. It's a really awesome that Digital Devils proved that Philippines scene is Digital Devil and also Aider mates. It's proved that Philippines scene is much better rather than the others one, and whoever it is gonna be crowned for Philippines team.
Okay, so let's look at the stats really quickly. Wrap up that game for us. KBC, D is the MVP, and the Lolita was always hitting multiple members with his ultimate.
Yeah, indeed. And even though she doesn't get most of the kills, but she sets them up. She has the ultimate on point. She has at least 15 assists from there. And even though they didn't get Hellcut in that point, which I feel like Hellcut should be the pick for Digital Devils, but then they had another plan in mind, and Lolita was outstanding with the help of the rest of teammates. Meanwhile, for Team it was RRQ Oxygen. They felt like it was another complete shutdown. They did not have any breathing space. Perhaps they are phased again, like from the previous game. But this time around, it was very, very different. The skill level difference you can see from there was really huge. And RRQ, I thought they had the clutch genes. They could have done better from that. At least climb back to get 1 win, like their counterpart, which is of course Aerowolf from there. But it seems like that is the unfortunate event.
And now let's just put into context what this means, okay?
Alright.
They're not like completely out of the tournament just yet,
Alright.
because we do have a 3rd place match, and guess what? Suddenly 3rd place match is an all Indonesian 3rd place match. I'm pretty sure everyone's gonna treat it like a final.
Yes, indeed. And
Yeah, I think so.
Yep.
But it's kind of hard to choose between them. Like Aerowolf and also Hierarchy fans is just quite a lot, both of them. But they are hoping for the finals. They are like, they want it on the final, but unfortunately, guys, sorry for that.
I know. It's heartbreaking to see your home team losing in the home ground. But then this is what it is.
Yeah.
But then again, we still got the 3rd and 4th placing game, and it's a reminiscence of MPL Indonesia Season 1 playoffs where RRQ and Arrow
The
Wolf
lower
were
bracket
down the lower
finals,
brackets.
lower bracket finals,
Yes.
and now they have to play them each other again. And the finals means it will be an all Filipino finals. And one thing I want to highlight that we talked about this before.
Yep.
In the MPL Filipino finals, it was a 3-0 stomp by
Clean
Atermate, clean whip, no chance at all. But to be honest, I don't think that will happen again because DD Pro Gaming played much better. I personally feel they played much better compared to Atermate today.
Yes, indeed. And I think it's the mental game that comes in. You don't want to be the person to think like, oh my goodness, we're going to face the team, our counterpart from the same country who's clean sweep us 3-0. You want to have the new mentality, say, hey, I just beat RQ, and that is one of the best teams in Indonesia and perhaps in Southeast Asia region. And now I'm coming in with so much confidence. I think I can take on Itamin anytime, any day.
Yeah, it's also kind of like the Adamans have beat me 3-0, so I want to beat them right now.
Yes.
I mean, beating them at MSC will be much bigger than compared to beating them at MPL Philippines, right? Because this is a bigger stage. With that being said, I think it's fair to say now that, Philippines has the best region, is the best region. But really quickly, let's go to Fami because he has one of the players with him right now.
Yeah, back again with me, Cornet, and I'm with the MVP of the match. And you're going to the grand final with the great match. And I was like, what was in your mind, like in the middle of the crowd, and they're screaming like FIFA RQ, FIFA RQ, and you just won the game. What was in your mind?
We were so overwhelmed with the crowd, but we are still focused and we want to control the game and win the game.
Okay, and one last thing. I want you to say that for your fans, for the Filipinos, in your language is okay. You can say thanks or anything to your fans.
Maraming salamat po sa mga fans ng DDPG and thank you kay King Cosmos.
Okay, thank you once again. Congratulations for DDPG going to grand final and back to the MC. Take it away, please.
That was Fami, and that is surprisingly not really hyped DD Pro Gaming player.
He's
He's like,
calm, composed.
guys, still a long way to go. Yes, we beat that, but that's not the end of it.
Yep.
With that being said, I really think highly of DD Pro Gaming because they played so well in both games. Their draft is solid,
Yes.
and on top of that, they're saying, hey, they're playing so good in terms of execution, and this all-Filipino final is going to be one heck of a fight.
And of course, we want to say a huge congratulations to all of the Philippine fans out there. You guys, one of your teams will walk away as our new MSC 2018 champion here. And it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward for the finals here because this is going to be two of the best teams, not only in Philippines already, it's two of the best teams in the Southeast Asia region going against one another.
Plus, if you want to, I want to add, they are not in their hometown, home crowd. Like if you're in the Philippines, the crowd will side if you're for DD or for Adermans. But right now, this is Indonesia. They are not in the Philippines, so the mental drop, I think, is not gonna be there.
No, that's a good point, I guess. And you can say that all this mental gaming does happen, but honestly, it doesn't faze them because RRQ brought their whole entire army here, and they still clean swept them 2-0. I think, but honestly, I think D-Pro Gaming, they went back, they looked at their strats, and they're like, you know what? We need to just change the style we play, and now it finally clicked for them, right?
Yeah, indeed.
And now into the grand finals, can they put themselves in the favorable position going up against the MPL Filipino champions, Atermate?
Yes, indeed. But we will save that for the grand finals. Meanwhile, we will be talking about the third and fourth placing match, and it's because it will be RRQ Oxygen going up against Aerowolf Roxy.
Okay, guys, what do you think about that game? Like, in the sense of who do you think is the first going? Personally, I think Aerowolf has the momentum because at least the two games that they played 3 games today, right?
Yes.
And they played pretty well, except for the last game they just got stomped on. But the first 2 games, they seemed genuinely like contenders to win those games. And if it wasn't for a just miracle still coming from Yelly Hayes, they would have been in the grand finals.
Yep, indeed. I feel like Aerowolf could have at least won the game. One of the games actually faster, actually the game 2, where they had Grok in hand. Perhaps they could continue on with the momentum, stay on focus to defeat the RQ from their expect. RQ possibly could be shaken because after that 0-2 loss. So their mentality right now, they have to be calm going forward. Third and fourth placing, the prize pool is actually really huge for these two placings.
So let's just remind the crowd here, KBC, what are they actually playing for?
I think before I'm talking about the crowd here, I'm talk about the Araki and also Arrow first. They both lose. Yes, Arrow lose 2-1, but Araki lose 2-0. They have a mental breakdown, same mental breakdown right now.
Okay.
They have but they both have it, but because of that, they will grant their strength to somehow beat each other. And I think I'm gonna call it as the MSC Indonesian finals.
Yes.
I'm gonna say it like that. I'm gonna say like Indonesian finals. So whoever wins will be the
best team, say for example
for Indonesia, because they got the top rank. But yeah, here for everyone who win it, for the third and fourth place, the third place will get the 14,168 US dollar. Plus, you will get the fourth. If you're in the fourth place, they will get the 7,079 US dollar. It's still a huge prize pool for me.
It's a double gap. It's like somebody earns extra half of it.
Yeah, so basically one best of 3 is gonna give you an extra 7,000 USD. That's quite a bit.
100%.
And one thing I want to highlight is that it's the MSC Indonesian finals. It's a really good way to say consolation finals. Unfortunately, this is the third, fourth place match. I'm actually genuinely really excited to see how the Filipino teams will go up against one another.
Yep.
Because they're playing so well against against other people who don't really know their meta. Now they're facing familiar territory, right? They know each other so well. They play each other in the regular season, play each other in the playoffs. Can they, pull up this epic 5 games grand final?
Because they keep changing the gameplay. Like, we know they always play the aggressive and also early game.
Correct.
That's what Philippine scenes, I think the meta of Philippine scenes. But they keep changing it. Like, I don't think that DD or Etherman can read each other's gameplay in this final.
I think what they will change is the type of hero picks. Like you can see that Farsa is available for choosing. There were a few heroes as well which we haven't seen before. Lapu Lapu, okay, never seen before. It's like we've rarely seen in the game, was chosen as well from both team sides. So this just perhaps, the hero pick itself will catch both teams off guard. Like it's a surprise pick. Like, hey, wait a minute, I never seen you using this.
I have a feeling that Farsa pick, Aetherman wanted to keep it for quite a while because they were like, they looked quite good throughout the whole tournament. There was no need to pick it, and you could see how strong Farsa actually is. And now, however, being picked it already, maybe that's sort of like half their trump card gone, because honestly speaking, DD Pro Gaming has been playing as standard as you can. They have not played anything special. They play exactly as meta as you want to. So they have the upper hand coming in because they might have some surprise picks that Aetherman don't know about it.
Correct. And adding to your point, they also let Hellcat getting chosen by the opposite team, so that's actually really good. Like they're giving out all the comfortable heroes to the opposite teams, and they try their own style, and they eventually beat them 2-0. And again, guys, back again to the third and fourth placing game. I want to see how these two Indonesian teams coming back from such a heartbreaking disappointment, defeat at the home crowd. Hopefully they can give us another good game from here. Hopefully, just
maybe Tuturu will pull out another Leslie, and it actually works. Because I'm actually really excited to see how marksmen actually can work. But I just want to know how they go for it, because this is it, right? Take it as you may. MSC Grand Finals from Indonesian teams, third and fourth place, whatever it is, there is still a lot to play on the line. Yes, it's not for the trophy, it's not for that shield,
Alright.
but it's still up for something. If you win this, you solidify yourself as the best Indonesian team. And
Yes.
of how big MLBB is in Indonesia, it means something.
Yes, indeed. And again, the defending champions, Arrow Foxy, I don't think they want to give up that easily. And of course, RRQ, they want some redemption after that loss. Okay.
Humiliating loss, to be honest. Like, everyone expected. You could see even the Indonesian casters, right? They were holding out shirts. Even Odie was telling me, "Oh man, RQ, I'm so excited." And then suddenly, you just see that it's so sad to watch.
I don't think he's going to give you the RRQ cap anymore. I think.
Their cap. Okay, one thing I want to highlight is
Yeah.
their logo is still really cool. So that's the sole reason that I really like RQ. That's why.
Keon, can you watch it?
For the third place match, I'm going with RQ. No matter what picks and ban, they go RQ.
Keon, someone's want the merchandise here.
Neutrality. Anyways, I can't wait for this game. Again, for those who are tuning by right now, if you're around Jakarta, please drop by to G Expo. We're at Hall B3 here. There's a lot of people. You can still come in. The hall can fit tons of people here as we'll move on to the third and fourth placing game. And to remind you guys, we have a ladies match later after the third and fourth placing game. So that will be casted by you.
Yeah, and also the Vienna, we girls will cause it.
Alright, and the final game will be, of course, Itamin versus the Pro Game.
So who's playing that ladies match?
yeah, I want
It's
to
a
know.
revival. It's a revival. Ladies, revival angels.
Okay.
And also
Mobile Legends.
Jody. It's Jody, and one of girls that really quite good with Mobile Legends.
Oh, okay.
So a bit of a nice show match there before we actually do anything about it. But if I'm not mistaken, we do have a while before we go to the third place match. So we will go on a really, really short break before we bring that Indonesian MSC finals, as Bella James has put it. So yeah, see you in a bit.
Killing spree.
Now's your time to suffer.
Love you like
You have slain an enemy. You have slain an enemy. You have slain an enemy.
my flame.
Legendary. Double kill. Mega kill. Double kill. Fear not. Shut down.
Download for free. Mobile Legends Bang Bang.
Time for me to make my entrance. You can't hide from
You have slain an enemy.
You're still a long way from me.
You have slain an enemy.
To the arcade. Die is worthy of such beautiful magic.
Killing spree.
Bring on them. I have. You're still a long way from me.
Mega kill. Killing spree.
Download for free. Mobile Legends Bang Bang.
is you, another to hate. Don't look down on me because I'm small.
First blood. Killing spree. Monster kill. Double kill.
Let me clear the way for my master. Shut. Pain means weakness.
Unstoppable. Our turret is under attack. Godlike. Double kill. Monster kill. Legendary. Legendary.
Download for free. Mobile Legends Bang Bang.
Hi everyone, we meet again in this new episode of Mobile Legends Hero Spotlight. In this episode, we will introduce Aldo, the contractor, who swore to protect the ancient maze of Minos. As the leader of the Minoan Guard, Aldo swore to protect the maze of Minos for his entire life. Unfortunately, the gods saw it fit to punish him by changing his bodily form, giving him a grotesquely large arm that struck fear in the people around him. What's scarier is that his arm can gain seemingly infinite power through the souls trapped within it. Needless to say, Aldo is a formidable foe on the battlefield. Overall, Aldo is capable of attacking nearly any enemy on the map, and he has the ability to endlessly strengthen his attack damage by killing his foes. In short, Aldo is a warrior who possesses strong burst DPS. For his first skill, Aldo activates his arm's latent energy to strengthen his next basic attack. If that attack kills an enemy unit, then Aldo's basic attack damage will permanently increase. What makes this skill even stronger is that enhanced basic attacks will deal bonus damage against minions, making Aldo a good choice for laning. In fact, this skill is Aldo's primary DPS skill. We recommend everyone to solo a lane in order to accumulate as much damage enhancements as possible, thus allowing Aldo to become a deadly foe in mid to late game. For his second skill, Aldo activates a defensive barrier that makes him immune to all basic attacks and reduces damage from other attack types. When reactivating the skill within 1 second of activation, or when the skill duration ends, Aldo will stun and damage nearby enemy units. Use the skill before charging into a skirmish, and Aldo will most likely survive long enough to use his first skill twice. If the battle feels too heated, taking advantage of this skill's stun effect can be very useful in promoting Aldo's survivability. For his ultimate, Aldo can temporarily gain the field of vision of any one of the enemy heroes. During this time, reactivating his ultimate allows Aldo to lock onto one of the enemy heroes for a strike that damages and knocks back the enemy hero. However, canceling the strike while Aldo is attacking results in additional cooldown time. Use this skill and Aldo can attack any enemy hero on the map, which is indeed very powerful. However, do not use the skill blindly. For example, it would be better to cancel Aldo's ultimate if he's attacking an enemy surrounded by allies. We strongly, and I mean strongly, urge everyone not to feed him. As for Aldo's passive, after every 3 attacks, the next attack's damage will generate a shield that absorbs damage, lasting 3 seconds each time. Now here's something amazing. The basic attacks enhanced by Aldo's first skill will also activate his passive. What this means is Aldo can generate a very powerful shield due to the synergy between his passive and his first skill. In terms of the equipment builds, we recommend the following sets. We highly recommend using the first set, especially if Aldo is charging into skirmishes or holding a lane alone against many other heroes. The equipment item Endless Battle works especially well with Aldo's first skill in generating devastating damage output, while Wings of the Apocalypse Queen helps ensure Aldo's survivability when ganking. As for emblem builds, we highly recommend everyone to use the physical emblem set and select Shield, Bravery, and Life Drain. Aldo is not strong during the early game, during which time he should be focused on laning to accumulate damage enhancements. The emblem talent Life Drain should help Aldo survive the early game with greater ease. For battle spells, we recommend using Flicker to improve Aldo's ability to chase down enemies in the late game and to survive during the early game. Aldo activates his ultimate and sees the enemy Aurora on her own. Aldo activates a strike against Aurora, who can do nothing but hide underneath the tower. Aldo reaches her. Wow, Aldo activates his first skill and knocks out Aurora. Now Aurora's allies are rushing to defend the area. Leslie is already under the tower, but Aldo chooses not to back down. He activates his second skill to absorb tower damage while he goes after Leslie. Leslie uses her second skill to knock Aldo back under the tower. Now, Aldo seems to be a goner, but no. He uses Flicker to teleport to Leslie and activates his first skill to finish her off. And that's Mobile Legends' latest hero, Aldo, coming soon for 599 diamonds or 32,000 battle points. Make sure to take advantage of the 30% launch week discount. Until next time, we'll be seeing you in the Land of Dawn.
Download for free Mobile Legends Bang Bang.
Legends say the ancestors of Minotaur happened upon a mystical artifact with immense power. They called it the Twilight Orb. In order to gather the orb's power and to protect it, the Minoans built a vast maze. With their newfound power, the Minoans enjoyed great prosperity for quite some time. But like all civilizations, they fell into corruption, conflict, and ruin. Want to learn the full story of the Jade Path? Mark your calendars as we are releasing a brand new addition to our Mobile Legends comic series on July 9th. In this new story of the Land of Dawn, you will join Minotaur on an epic journey of survival. After the fall of his kingdom, Minotaur is on a quest to venture through the Minoan maze and recover the lost artifact, the Twilight Orb. In order to celebrate the expansion of the Mobile Legends universe, we're preparing a series of exciting events that will take you through Minotaur's story. Don't worry, completing the events will also reward you with a free hero and a skin. Events will follow the story of the Jade Path, which focuses on Minotaur and the ancient maze of Minos. Also, you will get a sense of the maze of Minos' size, as it will serve as an all-new battlefield for our latest game mode, Survival Mode. Believe me, the Mobile Legends dev team has spent a lot of time creating a game mode this large and elaborate. Until now, all of our game modes have featured 5-person teams, with 2 teams fighting for victory. Now we've decided to give our millions of players a Battle Royale type game mode which the world has come to love. The all-new Survival Mode will feature 99 players forming teams of 3, fighting in the maze of Minos. Only the last surviving team will acquire the Twilight Orb's mysterious power. The map of Survival Mode features 3...
Hello guys, welcome back to the panelist desk. My name is Camo, he's KBC Sensei, she's Bella Jane. And now we are gonna prepare for the 3rd place match, the bronze medal match, what you want to call it, even the MSC Indonesian finals, because it will be between the 2 Indonesian teams left in this competition, RQ Oxygen as well as Arrow Wolf Roxy.
And it's going to be a great game to watch, ladies and gentlemen, because this is the somewhat consolation match. Whichever team or Indonesian team were to win this game, they can solidify themselves to be one of the best best team in Indonesia. Let me rephrase that because all of them are actually very good. Don't get me wrong. Everyone who attended here, the 10 teams from all the regions, they are all champions in their own district. Let me just remind you guys that none of the teams went home 0-4. Am I correct?
Yeah, none of these.
Yes.
Everyone at least won one game.
And every point will count in the group stage.
Yeah.
1 point will count for $2,000.
Wow, so they won't go home empty-handed as seen. But enough of the group stages. We're talking about the third and fourth placing match. This is gonna be tough for me because I feel like Arrow Wolf has the momentum. They have the mindset that they beat the RRQ before and they can do it again. I feel like confidence in them. Meanwhile, RRQ they also beat EVOS Gaming in a very close match yesterday. It was esports, sorry, gaming over here.
It was esports, yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is that the game that RRQ lost to Airwolf, that was 3 months ago. A lot of things might have changed by now. A lot of things will have changed by now. And you can see just even the meta is so different from what they were playing back when it was MPL Indonesia Season 1 Finals. So I won't be surprised that RRQ actually pips in the web. But you know what? We will have to talk about a few things. But Vela Jane, do you have something to say?
Not right now because we will have a team entrance soon. But I don't know which one is gonna first. But
we'll have to see which one's gonna go first. But this is the third place match between the two teams. This is the team entrance of Team RRQ.
runners-up of MPL Indonesia Season 1, made it to the top 4 before crashing out 0-2 against Digital Devils Pro Gaming. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your team, RRQ Oxygen from Indonesia. Can we have Liam, Lemon Tuturu, Ayam Jago, Instinct, and Barrier Junior?
One thing I noticed is the crowd is flat. They are silent, they are stunned. Come on, guys, trust me, that's still like, this is still a max packed house. But
correct.
You wouldn't know if I wouldn't tell you, because there's just no voice coming out from the crowd, because they're so surprised that there's no Indonesian teams in the final.
And Velo, you seem very, very shocked as well. Any thoughts about it?
Let's look at the other team very quickly.
Oxygen, Rex Regum Keon, Oxygen, the King of the King, and the King's Layer is on the stage right now for Best of 3 series.
The Kingslayer title, whatever you want to call it, is sort of irrelevant, because you can, like I said, I want to emphasize on this. It's so surprising that no one is cheering for you. Like you said, right? It should be the MSC Indonesian Finals. The crowd, notably, is not hyped about this. They just feel like this is a third place game. They don't really care about this game so much. You can see
how Indonesian casters are actually doing their very best to hype the crowd.
They're trying their best to hype the crowd, but the crowd is just really, really flat. Just want to remind everyone, this is a best of 3 bronze medal match, right? That means that whoever wins this game will bring home $14,000 US. Alright. And the loser will bring home only $7,000. half of it. That's still a lot of money to play for. So there's no reason for these players to not to go out full force, right? Now you can hear a little bit of cheering, but notably you can see the upset, the disappointment coming up from the Indonesian crowd.
Yeah, but for the prize pool, we want to thank our sponsors to give the a bigger prize pool for the players, right? We would like to thank Facebook Gaming for making the MSC 2018 happens, and also the Game Live, the live streaming application for young mobile gamers, when you can meet your game friends and also share the enthusiasm of the game itself. You can download it in the Google Play, just type game.live.
Thank you so much to all our sponsors for making this event happening. And this is, again, the final day, ladies and gentlemen. As for those who are watching in live streaming on Facebook Gaming, don't forget to leave a like, leave a share, and let us know in the comments which team will walk away as the third placing champions, or sorry, third placing runner-up. So here,
Second runner-up.
second runner-up. My bad over there.
Words are pretty hard sometimes, KBC. I'm all for RRQ. Their logo is good. They look good. And hopefully their team will show up this time. Okay, jokes aside, this is where the teams can redeem themselves, right? Yes, both teams, they're upset to be in this third place game, but they still have a chance to at least go out strong.
They have to stay composed. They cannot let the previous losses get into their brains, or at least their mindset. They have to know that this is eternally a new game. Let's just lay out, let's just learn from our mistakes, let's be better. Let's give the one show that our fans, our home crowd right here in Indonesia needs. Not they want, they need it. They need this home crowd. And to all the fans out there in Indonesia, you guys gotta cheer up the game. It's still not over yet, because this is a game that they want to prove that they are the best Indonesian team here.
Yeah, I mean, this game still matters in the grand scheme of things. Being second runner-up at MSC is still something to shout about. That means you're the third best team in Southeast Asia. You can see that Arrow Roxy trying to just hype the crowd himself. He's like, come on guys, I need your voice, I need your energy. But right now the crowd is just a little bit flat still.
Yeah, because in my opinion, they're thinking like, whoever wins, we still got the third place, not the final things. Yeah, so it's like okay, whoever wins, I'm not gonna make a side, because these both of teams of Indonesia, so they're gonna cheer for both of them inside of the game, not gonna pick a side of it.
But then again, as a supporter, as a true supporter to not only the teams, but to the fans here as well, you need to know that these are the teams that carry your name, carry the country's pride all the way. They make it to the Final Four. That is a huge achievement already.
Yes.
And they should be proud of it. But, maybe perhaps, as you can hear the sounds, it looks like they're getting back their spirit.
Slowly, they're getting their spirit. But yeah, Final Four is a huge achievement. And, a lot of people would be happy to just be in this Final Four.
Yep.
And you need to be proud of it. It's quite weird that Instinct is sitting so low.
I mean, he doesn't like the light. He doesn't like the dark.
Yeah, he doesn't like the dark here. But yeah, let's talk about picks. Let's talk about bans.
All right.
Honestly, I think it's just gonna be the same things that we're seeing. Hopefully, I pray to God that Arrow of Roxy bans out the Grok. There's no reason not to ban out Grok.
I'm thinking that Roxy will play like comfortably with Jawhead and also Martis. Like it's almost 80% that they will pick both of it, right? The Martis and also the Jawhead.
Yeah, I do agree with you. I wanted to stress on the point that Jawhead is the staple hero pick for the Indonesian team so far, and has been proving really well up to the point if they were to play a very synchronized gameplay. Meanwhile, if both of the teams actually ban out Jawhead, they could actually run with a different setup. They could run with Cho, they could run it with perhaps Martis, they could run it with Lancelot and Gashan. We did see there's a few combo-wombo situations coming in, and it's actually very, very useful. You can see down there, you can hashtag Viva RRQ, supporting RRQ Oxygen, while hashtag a Rising Wolf for Arrow Wolf.
Which one are you going for, KBC?
I want to put my faith onto Arrow Wolf Roxy, because they took one game away from Itamin, the team that 4-0'd the group stages. This is my answer for that. How about you?
What do you think?
I'm gonna put mine back on the RRQ, because I want to see a surprise like they did for EVOS.
Okay, if it's me, right, going with my brain.
Okay, let's hear it.
Going with my brain, right? Like you said, KBC, during the semi-final, Arrow Wolf played really well. Like I said, if the Lord wasn't stolen away from LEJs, that's 100% Arrow Wolf would be in the finals right now.
Yeah.
So if you talk about stats, if you talk about facts, it will be Arrow going to Fairfield. But if you talk about my heart, if you talk about whose logo is better,
Here we come.
It has to be RRQ. But you know what? Those questions will be answered now because we are in game 1 of the third place match between two Indonesian teams, RRQ Oxygen as well as Aerowolf Roxy. I believe we are already into the pick and ban.
And yes, we are Camo as the team RQ Oxygen. We'll start off from the blue team, while Aerowolf will go in as red. Elkut being banned out instantly in the first ban phase by RQ Oxygen.
I think that's a smart ban. No, I feel like the bans will just whip through really quickly. Yep, thank you. Why couldn't you do this during the semifinals?
Makasih.
Yeah, and Marty's okay. That was let Aerowolf got the Marty's, but it will be the Jawhead instead of the Marty's.
And looks like the final ban phase coming in for Aerowolf.
Could be a Selena.
I don't want to say, but I want to be a Selena.
It could be a Selena, man.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, it's
Selena.
Selena's just so strong. The Abyssal arrow, that stun is insane. But that means Hayabusa got let through. Immediately RQ locks in.
Well
It's
played.
kind of hard for facing Hayabusa. He can do the split push, he can do the fight for very good because the crowd control for the Hayabusa and the shadows is really painful though.
Yep.
Yeah, Hayabusa is really strong after the recent buff, where his ultimate can actually only target heroes instead of minions this time around. Aerowolf, Jawhead,
and Cho. That's what I was talking about. Staple picks. No surprise there whatsoever from both teams. RRQ. I want to see a Gush and Lancelot Hayabusa triple threat.
I love that, but then the farm splitting has to be really well
You
organized.
see, the thing is that now they are hovering on Lancelot, but I think it's just gonna be Lancelot and maybe a tank or a
it's gonna be
mage.
Assassin. Oh.
That's gonna be like something a bit of damage, so it will be a Lancelot and a Bane. That is pretty standard, so still no surprises so far. I really want to see.
Hylos? Or
No,
RT?
I want to see a marksman. Please give me a marksman.
Why you keep? We know that marksman's win rate is just on the idea as it does once.
Yep.
It's like-
One out of many times.
Kagura gets locked in by G. Obviously, one of the staple picks coming in. Didn't play so well in the semifinals, unfortunately, but he's still comfortable on it, so still a valid pick. Oh.
Double mage setup.
I don't think it works. I don't
hard.
think this works. This just goes every time there's a double mage. The enemy team just stacks on magic resist, and it's so hard to deal with it. And like I said, Akai and Kaya, just natural tankiness as well as it's just a natural purchase of the item. Fanny getting locked in as last pick.
So Billy's Fanny will be very interesting. I do assume that this is going to be a very nice gameplay from both of them.
All right, guys, really quickly, predictions. Bella Jane, what do you think?
Come on. We got
Arky.
RQ for me.
RQ for you. You know what? I'm gonna surprise everyone. I think Aerowolf Roxy actually stands a chance here, but that's not enough for us. It's for the players to determine. But with that being said, Carstens, you can take it away.
Thank you so much, panelists. We are very excited. Now we are at the derby match actually. So the Indonesian team who have failed to proceed into the grand final is going to fight each other for the third place. So
This is
we haven't
going to be
introduced ourselves.
the all-Indonesian Hawks match, but I am Hashigan, of course, with my co-caster here.
So here is Saki.
We will be commenting you for this game. Actually, match. It's going to be best of 3.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to be good. It's really going to go into the 3 games because Aerowolf and RQ has been a very tight team. They've been competing against each other. They have a very good head-to-head as well. It's pretty much equal for these 2 teams. And we are going to get into the game soon, as you can see at the back of our screen right there.
And the game is going to start between the all-Indonesian teams, Aerowolf Roxy versus RRQ. And so the both Indonesian team have failed to go and proceed into the grand finals, but no worries, they still can fight each other for the third place. And so the Expo is really filled with people here. I'll just have to click here back to evade Lemon, and also I am Jago there. Wraith and Algae is just going to protect their own jungle here. Kagura also coming into aid into their place there. The formation is now 1-3-1 for RRQ, and similarly to Aerowolf as well. Cho is invading their jungle, that Retribution getting that buff as well. Liam, Algae, Billy, and Brave is chasing Totoro, but they will go for the gold.
Yeah, the Pot Shadow was able to let him escape just safely and soundly out of those fights. That is a problem why Hayabusa is banned, because he's so slippery. He can just shadow out of the way and just escape. Doesn't even need a flicker.
So right now, our Fanny, Watts Fanny, is going to be a little bit impinged. He have to retreat back to retrieve the help there. G and Billy is going for the mid turret. No one is there. Bane is going from the top lane. Also with Lancelot coming to the rescue of the mid turret here. Oh, Kagura's damage was massive. Half of Lemon's health there. He has to retreat back and farm as much as possible there.
The damage coming from Umbrella was enough for Lemon to just back off out of that fight with the Bane. There is, however, the Shuriken, the Phantom Shuriken coming out of Hayabusa as he's trying to give it up. Oh, there is a blow coming from Lemon. The Kenway followed up by the Delicash, was able to pick up the first blood onto G with the Kagura here.
Very nice sniping basically of G there. You have to stop Kagura from scaling so much so that she won't snowball from there, but Lemon is going to proxy farming on the top lane. Penny is going to go back, letting the minion to be taken there. Kagura coming into aid with Fanny, going to square up with Liam. Oh, Akai.
There is the Sheisho Umbrella, but there's going to be the Whale Dragon and was able to get that kill because you can hear it right in the background. His instinct will go down. However, it's going to be 1-for-1 on the scoreline, 1-0. They're on that war itself, and Aerowolf is going to try to take the turtle.
And no contest from RRQ. I don't think they realize it. The Retribution is going to seal the deal of that turtle to Aerowolf Roxy.
Just trying to make sure that the buff doesn't get stolen. Lemon was willing to draw out his deadly cast, just ultimate right onto the enemy as they were trying to steal that buff out of RQ's hands. But as you can see here, Ayam Jago will play the Lancelot, is going to stay farming in top lane at the jungle, while Akai is going to push, and Kaya is actually there to stop the Fanny, as Fanny will try to farm, but is going to get outzoned by the RRQ team.
Right now, Fanny wasn't able to do anything. Most of the member of RRQ is always focusing their efforts into the top turret. Top turret is actually down now. Fanny have to retreat back.
Oh, there's a web dragon right onto Lion with the Kaya, and the deadly game was able to actually get him out as the steel cable from the Dragon's Egg was able to get the kill, and Watt almost surviving that one, but Ayam Jago will be able to get that kill, and Ayam Jago will try to run away. There is still Billy there with the poker trick as well, and there is a Sword Roach to escape that damage and will dash away.
And so Hayabusa is coming to Ayam Jago's
there's
rescue
another
here.
opportunity to run away, however there's a blink coming from LJ, and one man will go down. Ayam Jago will be destroyed by LJ as Tuturu here will do the shadow kill, but will not be able to kill Billy, as Billy was able to use the space escape and survive that fight. But Lemon here is going to be all alone. However, Aerowolf cannot push too far into the turret as the first turret wasn't even down yet.
And so the goal difference is very small. It's only 2k by now. We're 5 minutes in. Aerowolf is doing so well with its 5-2 kills above RRQ. And so they're putting a lot of pressure. Kagura, Fanny, and also Cho, and also Jawhead is in the mid lane trying to push as much as possible. Probably trying to get the best positioning for the turtle here. Instinct is going to scout the area around the turtle pit. Lemon is going to split, push the turret there. It has to go down eventually. And of course, both Ayam Jago and also Tuturo already got their Bloodlust Axe here.
And that's going to be super annoying because that is going to heal them as well as they're dealing a lot of damage.
They're definitely trying to make it, preparing for an offense here.
The turtle is going to be received to the RQ team. That added EXP and gold will be very helpful as they were about to get snowballed, but now the gold lead was able to be caught up by the RQ team. And look at that, Watt was able to get that kill onto Ayam Jago that was in top lane. There was a 1v1 and Watt was able to get that 1v1 against Ayam Jago. Lancelot was Fanny, but look at this, Kagura will have to try to run away. There is Umbrella open, will try to flee away as well, but will go down as Watt was able to steal cable in, use the tornado truck, and cut her right instantly onto Lemon, and will go down as well. But look at this, what is happening right now with the RRQ team, because they're not being
push out of their lanes right now, being stuck on that tier 3 turret.
So Brave already got the demon shield there, and also G and Bill already got the lightning truncheon. They have a really strong magical damage here. The rest of the RRQ team needs to make Tina Shield to be more prepared to counter that attack.
There's 4 turrets down already on Aero Proxy's side, and that gold lead is just getting bigger, and it is now 4K right after the 1K deficit that they were trying to hold from RQ Oxygen, but Aero Proxy is able to snowball onto that position, to that prime position, that winning condition as one here. Will do the control right onto I Am Jago. There is a space, there's a deadly game right there, but won't do anything as look at that RQ with Instinct was able to hold G down with the Hurricane Dance and Lemon, followed by Deadly Catch, but look at that, the Blender and the Divine Judgment right onto Billy, but Billy was able to space escape out of the way as Liam now in a very horrible position, almost dying, but one will still cable out of the way. However, Jawhead will get that kill onto Instinct as LJ is able to get that kill. Billy will try to do enough damage to Lemon, but Lemon will survive out of the deadly game. The Poker Stick wasn't enough to kill Lemon. Instinct, however, will have to go down in that last fight out of LJ. Will try to respond in that 6 seconds and help the team again, but everyone from our Earl Proxy has to recall back to base as Brave is already waiting in that bush.
And now the kill difference is 3 to 9 here. Not looking so good for RRQ. The goal difference is slowly being more apparent between them. So what do you think that RRQ needs to do as Aerowolf keep on invading their own jungle? They cannot really level up, taking the buff here. As you can see, LJ and also Billy here is just roaming freely around their own jungle.
The interesting part is that they're actually trying, there is the flicker out of the way, the wave cannon, but onto that flame from LG will be able to get the kill onto Lemon, as Lemon has to go down. That Bane will have to die. There was G there as well with the backup, but as you were saying, RQ Oxygen really needs to bite their time. Just let them fight it into the late game, because at the moment they're having a lot of issues trying to come back. They need to pick them off one by one. Liam has a Divine Judgment with that Kaya. He is able to pull one guy out of the fight, make sure everybody focuses in with the control coming from Fanny and the Ogi Shadow Kill coming from Hayabusa, but they're not doing that. They're not trying to pick them off one by one.
I mean, RQ's love all
There's
Kaya
Divine
there.
Judgment right there, and LJ was able to escape with the flicker away, and LJ is able to survive. However, the players from Arrow has to go back because they were in a very dire position. LJ, without a flicker, required a bit of an extra positioning to get that eject. Oh, but look at that, the G Kundo right on the Lion with the way of the Dragon. There's a little catch right there. Thornbros right coming from I'm Jango, but LJ will get that kill instead as the Shadow Kill is already launched and one almost winding down, but will still be able out of the safety as there is I Am Jago able to get the double kill, clearing out the enemies out of his turret.
The Aerowolf is playing really aggressively. They are turret diving, trying to secure that kill, but alas, only got 2 for 2 in that trade.
At this point, I think the 2 for 2 is almost worth it, because look at that goal lead. It's now in 6K. Aerol Proxy really needs to snowball this as they are going into the mid game with 10-minute mark already hitting.
But looking at the difference, as you said before, RQ might want to try to prolong this game as much as possible so that everyone will have their final belt, and whoever make the most crucial mistake here is going to topple over and then giving the first match to whoever wins.
Yeah, and the Lord right now will try to get this as they're trying to fight it out at mid. There's only 3 guys actually in mid lane, and look at that Hayabusa with the Ogi Shiroko was able to get the kill, and Mitsuru dealing the Shuriken was able to get the double kill as well, but LG is now on a killing spree, able to get one. However, there's Lemon getting another double kill as well. It's only one more guy left, or 2 more guy left. It's Watt and G, and Watt is having a lot of issues still cabling onto the pit, but is able to escape just safely.
I Am Jago was able to run away also with only 5% of his health remaining here. He is going to use the lifesteal that he has now, farm as much as possible to keep up with Aero Proxy.
The turret right now is double the amount for Aero Proxy as they have 6, while RQ only has 3. But that That gold lead, however, is slowly being chased by RRQ after winning less and less aggressive and unnecessary wars. RRQ is playing far more calculatively as the team from Arrow of Roxy is now having a lot of issues trying to get that pick onto the Hayabusa because Sujuru right now is dealing a lot of damage, carrying the team in RRQ's back.
And now 5 people from RRQ is just located on the
And Bali, there is a lot of fight there. Hurricane Dance onto the delegates, however, one will be able to escape, but there is Bane with the wave cannon left.
But Arrow of Roxy. Arrow of Roxy is coming.
Is trying to push mid lane.
Sorry about that. But yeah, everyone is just like, so now they are going for the Lord here, half the health already because of the Jawhead here, a lot of damage here, enough distraction from what's that for Arrow of Roxy to get it.
Now look at the top lane, Hayabusa Kuguru is actually pushing onto that Nexus, and Nexus is actually getting hit very, very hard, and that's gonna be a win for RRQ coming with that backdoor. What just happened? Look at their faces right now. Lion is so happy being able to get that kill. They almost lost, but that Lord, as they were doing that Lord, they got caught off guard. Didn't see Ayam Jago and Tuturu pushing in bot lane when was able to get that kill. Nobody expected that. RRQ2 winning the first game on the best of 3.
Arrow must be caught by surprise here. They was too focused on getting the Lord there. They didn't realize that on the minimap, Tuturu and also the rest of the team is going for the core. Oh my god. So the first score is going to RRQ Oxygen.
It is 1-0 right now, and that was an amazing match. RRQ02 was behind, still behind until that moment. Wasn't even in the goal lead, wasn't even in the kill lead, but was able, with that kind of mind presence, that kind of mentality, backdoor. But before we go even further with the stocks, we'll just leave it to the pros at the panel desk. Guys, take it away.
Thank you so much there, Hachiken and Sue. Well, if the crowd was dead a minute ago, it certainly is alive now. What an ending to that game. A base race to just calm it all up. RRQ, I tell you, it's that logo that's giving them extra strength.
Okay.
Interesting enough, and RRQ played really dominating in this round. They were having a slight of a problem in the early game. There was a very close tense game, but after that, they just shut down all the way and rushed into the base, taking down the turrets, and finally ending that Nexus instantly onto Aerowolf's side.
Yeah, and I think Aerowolf actually is dominating
Initially, correct.
Yeah, in the middle and until the middle of the game because the Aerowolf, no one can stop Vani. Like Vani, really easy to get out of the war, and even that it's like a one pinch and he will die, but he can still save himself by using the cable. There's no counter for the Vani itself, but RRQ really proved that you don't really need kills to win. You just need to do the objective things and suddenly go to the best race, and yeah, the Nexus is gone.
Yeah, I really agree with that because RRQ did not win through team fights or anything like that. It was all macro plays. It was all rotations coming in, and that's actually a thing of beauty, right? Not a lot of times you see in Mobile Legends, especially that they don't win by kills. Because if you look, RRQ they win, but they have less kills.
Yep.
They have more deaths than Liam.
They have 9, while the Arrow of Roxy is get the 8 plus 6 as 14. Sorry.
Yeah. Yes, at least 14 kills according to the stat sheet. The MVP is I Am Jago 3-5, not too productive of the Lancelot, but enough to deal damage throughout the whole tournament or to this game. Now, one thing for sure that RRQ puts objectives in their mind first. That's more important. Taking out the turrets and pulling all the way to the Nexus base. Meanwhile, Aerowolf Roxy somehow they let that game slip away their hands. I was actually away from the toilet. I came back and it's like, wait a minute, Aerowolf actually is doing really well, and it looks like the reminiscence of the MPL Indonesia playoffs games, where they're at the bottom or the lower brackets. But then suddenly that shift of momentum happens, and it turns out really bad.
Suddenly it was just gone just like that, because you kind of wonder that, hey, this is Aerowolf's game to lose. They were playing so well, they were doing what they needed to do, and then suddenly a couple of team fights went a little bit bad, but you still think that Aerowolf got this. They had the advantage. Suddenly out of nowhere, you see a Landstar pushing your Nexus and no one guarding it. I'm thinking this is just a masterclass coming from RQ. They did not outplay them, they outsmarted them.
Yes, indeed. And I just want to add in a note, which I recently forgot about it. When you have Hayabusa, when you have Bane, those are the two main heroes to push turrets without even evolving the team fight. Yes, if they could evolve in the team fight, that would be great, but they are known for their solo pushing turrets. So that is one thing that's for sure. They have a lot of firepower when going into lanes or dominating these lanes itself.
So I'm gonna ask, in your opinion, is it good to let Hayabusa not in the ban list?
I think it's fine. Like, it didn't have that big of an impact. Yes. But it wasn't because of the Hayabusa that they won the game, honestly. It was because they out-rotated them.
Correct.
That was the main factor. I feel like they should just leave the Hayabusa open and try and ban something else. Like, the Grok has to go. Right now, the next time, I think, if I'm not mistaken, RQ is red side.
Yes.
So they have to ban the Grok. I don't think they need to ban the Hayabusa. Maybe a Hellcurt instead.
That would be even helpful. As again, guys, we're going to move on to Game 2. Game 1 will be taken down by RRQ Oxygen. They just need one more game before they can say Viva RRQ.
Viva RRQ. I'm already saying it because I believe in them. That logo is really, really good. I'm not joking, guys. Have you ever seen that logo? Look, it's right behind us, right? It's actually really, really nice. Anyways, going back to this game. All jokes aside, one more time. So sorry, it's just really running to me. This is Game 2. One more time. Aerowolf backs against their wall. 1-0 down. They faced this during the semifinals as well. They lost the first game, but they managed to claw their way back. And it's kind of the same way. They lost the first game by another team coming back. Aerowolf needs to find their footing. Try to end these games when they have these advantages. And you know, if they just ended the first game during the semifinals, they would be in the grand finals right now. But you know what? Enough about the semifinals. Let's go to the pick and ban of this Game 2 between RRQ Oxygen as well as...
kind of before that, there was...
there was an animation. I'm not really sure what happened, but okay, interesting enough. But let me just reiterate. It is RRQ Oxygen going against Aerowolf Roxy.
Aerowolf Roxy will start from the blue side, while RRQ Oxygen will move on to the red side. Selena Grok being banned instantly.
I think the Hayabusa will not be banned out because it wasn't that impactful. Bane was impactful. I like the Bane ban.
It's not really impactful for the team fight, but for the objective.
And Hayabusa will be banned out, leaving Martis open and Jawhead as well. So Arrow will have to choose which one it is. I think they should go for the Martis. That is the main initiator push, as they can go in and they log in as well.
But they can take the Jawhead and also the Cho at the same time.
Correct.
Yeah, as well. It looks like Martis locked in, and it is the double assassin that we were talking about. It was familiarized. You know, it was made so well by DD Pro Game, if I'm not mistaken. Gushut and Lancelot being locked in.
And I like how RQ Oxygen is trying to try something new. The S1 and S2 slots normally will go for the comfortable staple picks, which is of course Jawhead and Chow, but they take a different approach ahead. Maybe they want to step things up because they are actually 1-0 here. They can do whatever they want. Maybe they can lose one more game and try to go in for the next game. Meantime, Aerowolf Roxy, Hellcurt and Cho. Wow, oh wow.
Hellcurt and Cho, this is, you know, you have to pick the Hellcurt because it's not banned now.
Correct.
And I like it because it gives utility, it gives a lot of strength. But the main problem here is that Aerowolf does not have enough damage. They need one hardcore carry right now. They need someone like a Fanny, or maybe, Leslie. Maybe they still need damage. They need damage because the three characters right now doesn't supply enough. Meanwhile, RQ locking in the Arkai as well as the Jawhead.
And this is another great pickup for RQ.
Kagura does well.
Yep, you know, they have that Jawhead, which gives them a more initiative fight because they lost Chow in here. So the only initiative person or hero could be and will be Jawhead. Meanwhile, Aerowolf Roxy, Kagura hovering onto it, waiting for the final one.
It's gonna be Lolita. They need a tank. They need someone who's a pure tank. I kind of disagree with the Kagura. I feel like they should either go with the Harley that will bring more burst damage, but I guess they're more better. There it is. That's more burst damage. Like I said, I didn't write the Kagura because Kagura brings a lot of team fight presence. But you don't need team fight presence now. You have so much CC. You have the Cho, you have the Martis, you have the Lolita.
Correct.
So Alice brings enough. Arkai, okay, if I'm RQ, I just want a mage. I want a mage, I want to support. Angela is actually really, really good here. I'm not really sure why. Or they could go for the Alpha as well. It works both ways. RQ has all the options in the world for them to work out. We saw Ari just saying yesterday, just wrecking faces with Masana. Vexana, and looks like RQ is saying, you know what? This strat was not too bad. Why not we take it instead?
So it's a new lineup again. There is some staple picks, but not entirely full. And it's going to be having a great game.
All right, great game indeed, but we need to run with our predictions. Well, Jane, what do you think? Well, Jane?
Oh yeah,
What do you think?
I'm kind of stunned by the peak. I'm kind of thinking like it's gonna be epic because we are seeing.
Can be very quick. Sorry, who's gonna win? Who's gonna win? Share prediction. Come on.
She's still
Arrow.
deciding.
Arrow, what about you?
I think I'll go with RQ.
I'm still going with RQ. Their logo is good. Their lineup is good, and you know what? This game is looking good. Casters, you can take it away.
And welcome back into game 2. It's going to be RQ versus Errol. So I have to disagree with Matthew there. I really feel like Errol's logo is like the rising wolf.
Yep.
Looks far better than the RQ's logo.
But of course,
I question your taste. I'm joking. I'm joking.
and of course, with me, Vienna, I am your co-caster.
Me, Hachiken. We will be your casters for today, but we will go into the game soon. As you can see at our back, that huge screen.
Let's go, dive in.
Game started. Oh,
Hello.
wrong casters.
Oh, we have
there's
a
pause as
slight
well.
pause
Okay.
there.
Never mind then. We'll stay here for a while.
Hey. We're just gonna keep company of the rest of the world who is watching us in this English live stream. So we are now online here at the Facebook page of Mobile Legends Bang Bang. You're watching us here. Hi.
And we're
of
also
course-
live at G Expo, Jakarta International Expo. It's in Kemayoran. We're in Hall B3, and the crowd here is massive right now. There's a lot of people just walking around, trying to find seats. Although the VIP seats for the players is actually pretty empty.
Because they're
Oh, they're waiting for the awarding
Yeah.
ceremony. It's gonna be soon though, so don't
And
go.
people are also watching from the EGG network as well. We are also will be online on the Compass TV for the grand finals later. But before that, we do have like a latest match here. We have a game is currently paused here, but will continue really soon here. Just please wait patiently because it's going to be very
Soon.
lit.
Very soon. I'm praying for that as well. Because we really want to get this game into the second game. We don't want to lose that hype yet because this game is going to be do or die for Aerowolf and RQ. If they win this, they're going to be, oh, we're back.
Yep, let's dive in. Oh, right off the bat, Instinct will be sandwiched by Billy and Rafe here. You have to be quite careful. He knows that Lolita and also Martis is going after him. LJ already half the health here, fighting against Liam 1v1 here on the bot lane.
I don't think a Joe and a Kai should do 1v1 battle because it's going to be a very long time.
Oh, we have another pause here.
Interestingly, there's a Vexana on this game. First time Vexana? Correct me if I'm wrong.
I think so, yeah.
Is it first time Vexana? Should I ask the panel table?
I think so, yeah. Before we saw Farsa, hello to Turu. He is very sleepy looking. As his slogan say, I'm always sleepy.
Oh, so that means that he's the opposite side of I do not sleep.
Yeah, it's like the epitome of
The
not
epitome.
sleeping.
This one is, if the tour makes a team out of RQ, it's gonna be I sleep.
I sleep. I like sleeping. I do need sleep.
Yeah. But anyways, Vexana on this game going on to I think a do or die game. If you win, you get third place. If you lose, you're gonna go for another third game.
Yep.
But if Arrow loses, that's fourth place for them, $7,000.
Which is still a lot of money.
I feel like at this level of gaming, where how exposed is RIQ and Aerowolf, I don't feel like the $7,000 means anything.
True.
I mean, compared to the fact that you could just get your name on the history boards, being part of the MSC bronze. You can't win anyone this way.
Yeah.
You can't win anyone this way. But you'll have actually a podium finish. But again, if you're supporting RRQ, what's the hashtag?
Hashtag Viva RRQ. But if you're supporting for Aerowolf, it's hashtag Rising Wolf. They all need your support now. It's like a derby match between all Indonesian team here. Give cheer to your team with the thumbs up emote, Viva RRQ, or the heart emote for the rising wolf. Roar. No, that's Evos.
I was like, huh? What?
Different roar. Wolf.
Oh, you wolf. Yeah.
But yeah.
Is it like a wolf? Is it a wolf?
It's a small dog. Later they'll turn into a bigger wolf when.
Why is it not a werewolf?
I'm not sure. They're small. They're domesticated. They're very nice, but they are very fierce too. Protecting.
It's a wolf.
They're protecting Indonesian pride.
Okay. But it's all Indonesia.
True. Before.
So it doesn't matter.
Well, actually, RRQ, EVOT, and also Aero Wolf is all fighting for the Indonesian pride here. Hey.
A couple of the pro players actually sitting there. Is Dylan as well, one of the Indonesian panelists, sitting down with the airmate Yuji. I think, yeah, that was Yuji. That was Yuji. That was definitely Yuji. I keep looking, I keep seeing him at every interview whenever airmate wins, and he always appears at every interview because they always win.
Yep. And as you can see, G-Expo is jam-packed. People, it's so packed that the seats are completely filled in, up the way to the brim. People are sitting down on the floor. You can't really do anything because there's no more seats, but they still want to watch this really heated match between the... Aww, small baby. Yeah, he's really cute. Yeah!
No matter how old you are or how young you are, you can be a Mobile Legends fans and watch Mobile Legends.
And of course, we would like to thank all of the Mobile Legends Bang Bang fans. Without you guys, MSC couldn't be this big as what we expected. I was thinking that it was gonna be like, oh, just all of you guys online here, but it's really massive here at G-Expo, and soon we will start the game really soon, but we'll still have to wait a little bit of technical issue here. Marshall is going to fix it pretty soon.
There's still some FOX fans just kind of want to watch it again. It's one of those massive weeks where all of the Mobile Legends fans can just gather around, chat, have fun.
But yeah.
They're calling out for Eric Williams fans, one of the caster and panelists for our MSC today.
Our very special
guest.
Very special.
One of the more
unique
and very popular YouTuber in Indonesia.
And of course, I remember.
You can even see their names on the bed. I mean, on the caster desk. And if you saw it on the caster, there's a huge TV.
That's Gamely. Yeah. So shout out to you guys for sponsoring this event. Without you guys, this wouldn't be such a success right now. Like, look at it. You can't even like.
You can?
You can, but it'll take a long time.
It's gonna be hard. Let's start.
No, don't even bother.
I heard that the amount of people that has been coming in and out has been massive. I heard the first day almost had 15,000 people just coming in and out.
That's a lot of.
It's crazy.
And so we can see a lot of RRQ fans. Lemon is mine. Hashtag Viva RRQ. Tutor is mine.
There is a lot of.
Everyone is mine. They're very greedy.
There's a lot of RRQ fans here. Even in the VIP stand, I think. Yeah, it's in the VIP stand as well. Damn. I kind of want to sit there and just watch, but I can't because that means nobody's gonna be accompanying you guys. We're still kind of waiting onto that delay here, that technical issue that we were trying to deal with for so long.
But yeah, I'm quite curious into the stream chat really because we can't really see it. But are you guys excited about the Indonesian team fighting against each other, or even the grand final later? We have the Philippines
that's the CEO
owner.
RQ.
Yeah, Yeah, so one is the CEO, one is the owner of RRQ. I think
Which one's the left
the
side.
left side.
The one with the
Yep. So
play the shirt, right?
yeah, I mean a lot of the teams that participated in MSC, they all come here being physically supporting the other team, being physically there for the moral support, or even just to bond with the team. Because of course MSC is such a huge tournament, everything else is on stake here. You're representing a country. So we have 7 different countries: Indonesia, Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, Vietnam, Philippines, and also Myanmar.
The underdog,
The
the dark horse.
Your favorite.
They're going to give him like an extra. That's Chang.
Changi.
Never used in I think MPL and MSC.
I kind of want to see her in like a tourney where it's gonna be like super surprise. So we have a Kagura here.
And there is the so popular Kagura. Can the umbrella actually stun people? If I show you an umbrella, would you
You should ask her. She's right next to us, so we have Roger.
Oh right, they're actually they're there. What are you saying?
Oh yeah, sorry.
They're on the left side, the very left side. We're on the right side of the arena.
But yeah, wow, this place is the jam pack. So we have the teams, player team member saying hi, hello. So if you
A Rekka player there as well, one of the more popular Mobile Legend player in Asia.
So if you guys are in the area around Jakarta, or actually if you guys are outside, the flight here is actually quite quick. It's only an hour, so you guys can come here. So
We're back at last.
Yay.
That has been hellish, a very hellish bridging. As we are now back, I know you guys are bored hearing us talk. We're also bored hearing us talk. Now we're gonna go back into casting, as this is gonna be Aerial Froxy going against RRQ02 or Oxy. There is that stun coming from Rave, however, and Instinct will survive because there is no follow-up coming from Billy. However, Cushion is there farming very well with the Shield Blast. But look at that, Aerial is going to back it up as G with the... That's Alice. That is Alice. I was confused for 2 seconds. With the Blood All.
And so proxy farming from Liam, trying to clear as many as possible. 1v1 for Cho versus Akai. Both is very tanky and very squishy. And sorry, very tanky.
Very hard to beat, but there
So
is
Hellcard is coming into the bot lane here.
Is about to come in with the Deadly Stinger and is able to get that kill, as you can see there. However, Vexana was able to get the ultimate onto Watt. Now they have one extra buddy, that is Watt. So Watt is now in the enemy team as well.
But it's gonna die down eventually after several seconds here.
Yeah.
And so both team already got their boots on. They are prepared to run really fast. And now scouting over around the turtle pit here, we have RQ and also Aero Proxy, huh?
Were they fighting for the jungle?
I think
jungle
so.
and Tuturu, but Alice is in a bit of a horrible position. She's gonna get captured, and there is, however, the blood owed and will be able to
Yeah, so
pick up
it's
the kill
just
from RQ, but because G wasn't able to deal enough damage under the turret for them to back away. However, there's still Liam there trying to get the stun onto Cho, but that jump is gonna be a missed jump onto the floor.
and of course scouting over, we have RQ around the pit, turtle pit here, trying to initiate turtle here, but clearing out the minion in the mid lane is important. Alja is in a pinch here. Lancelot securing that kill over Cho. Have to retreat back, or invading the jungle might be a good start for...
The damage coming from Vexana is a lot of damage. She's also able to clone one of the enemy team as well. It could be a 4... now it's a 6v4. That's even worse. Look at that LJ. It's going to tank for them inside, but there is one with the dash onto the listener, but will be able to run away out of the fight as he was caught. But look at that damage from the Deadly Stinger as well. He's able to deal a lot of damage to Liam. Liam tries to do his kill, but was silenced instantly. However, there's the blood coming from G, almost killing Lemon, but Lemon trying to run away. But there is 4 other people unable to escape out of the fight and will be able to pick up that kill as Aero Foxy right now in a very good position.
RQ your G's left there, but I Am Jungle is just going to jungle as much as possible. Proxy farming here, helping Joe head here on the bot lane. LJ is going to head towards the mid lane. We have right now we are almost 4.5 minutes into the game. 5-2. The score is pretty good for Arrow Proxy, but the goal difference is very negligible. It's only like 500 gold. Oh, G have to go down there in the mid lane.
Yeah, and G will go down there. Is the crystal as well coming from Vexana? Will be able to get that, but however, the short is going to go down from Lancelot as I Am Jungle was able to pick up that turret right now. It's now 1 turret over 0 for Elfrox. Aerowolf Roxy. I'm having a lot of issues trying to say their name. And they are now in the gold lead. Almost 2k gold lead.
And they also got 2 turrets down, so the goal difference is getting bigger and bigger for RQ. Good for RQ, the difference is now 1k. But while Insing did get the bottom turret, he have to die as well because Watt and Billing was there. G is going to get the spinner here. LJ taking push check here and there, just trying to get the best positioning. Liam is going for the offense here, spinning around LJ. Vexana with that.
Was able to get the ghost of LJ. Now a bit spooky, but he's gone again. What? Oh no, he's following Vexana. Right, I forgot. He's now following Vexana as his puppet.
So Liam and also Lemon is lagging a little bit behind in terms of level here. They are starting turret now. I Am Jungle is going to reel them in, but as we can see, there's going to be a Tom and Jerry action here. Alice is going to bait them out, but both of the team is going to play hide and seek in the bushes. Whoever is going to get caught here, Instinct getting ready with his skills, trying to protect the mid lane here. Meanwhile, they're just going to farm as much as possible. Tuturu and Lemon getting the top turret here. Lightning Truncheon for Lemon here. They already got it.
Our turret has been destroyed.
Bottom lane turret have to go down. RQ is a bit of a pinch. They have lost only 1 turret, fortunately, but for Arrow 1-3. Oh!
There is, however, that sword spike right onto the Shadowblade Slaughter was able to deal a lot of damage instantly. And looking at the blood all right onto G, as G is able to deal enough damage for the people from RQ to back away. However, there is Wraith here.
And now
something. Oh, there's just a coming to Liam. However, Liam might have to back off, but we'll say they're still very much tanky with the players from RQ here. 4 guys.
And now
There
Liam
is
might.
the stun coming onto Rave as Liam will be as healthy as he was before. There was that shield blocking most of the damage coming into Liam, and Liam will try to find an initiation. However, he's all alone now in that tri-bush.
Liam is very tanky right now. He already got a lot of his items finished now, 4 items. But the Wolfpack, the Arrow Wolf, he is going to corner Liam here in the bush, trying to kill him, but he is very jumpy despite of being
LJ
a
is
panda.
right there, however, was able to weigh off the dragon. Liam out of the way, and with Hellcart, Watt was able to get the Deadly Singer on and kill him off.
But
Mega kill right onto Watt. However, there was the cursed ode onto Watt, and that Watt puppet was following Watt as well, but he was able to escape fast enough to not get dealt that much damage onto him. And look at this, the fight is gonna be brewing right down the mid lane. There is a sword fight coming from Tuturu, but will not follow it up with the Shadowblade Slaughter.
and now the minion is going for the tier 3 turret of the Arrow Proxy. They have to be very careful. Oh, missed that.
There's a bottle coming from G, and look at the damage coming from Tuturu, and he's gonna go down as Martis was able to Asher's run right into that fight. But look at that hurricane that's coming onto Alice, as Lemon will have to go down,
but yeah,
so Watt was able to run away out of that cursed oath and will be able to survive. But they are gonna try to take Lord here, RRQ, as they are now suddenly in the lead, having the driver's position, but not so far off from El Proxy, only 2k difference.
And the Lord will not be contested. Lolita is a little bit too late now. Aerowolf is in a the Lord coming so fast with the Vexana's help as well. Lancelot is waiting. LJ is going to Jikudo his way into the Arrow. Peg is going to help him and getting him.
And he just went down like that as I am Jacko got caught off guard by that Hellcard. And will get that kill. Watt is now dealing a lot of damage, being the carry onto this Arrow theme, and that Lord will get pushed down both by Billy and Watt. However, having a lot of issue as Billy is taking way too much damage right onto Watt. There is Instinct though trying to back that Lord up. There is LJ trying to get that Lord. This game is paused again.
Game is paused there. Gashin was able to get the top turret, tier 2 top turret of Aerowolf there. Meanwhile, they was trying to stop Lord from advancing so much, but there's a bit of a pause here. You guys just sit back, sit tight. We're gonna resume the game fairly soon. We're gonna fix this technical issue.
There's
Don't worry.
another pause as well.
God.
I'm just entirely unsure about this Vexana versus Alice mage, because that's not the common mage you'll play. There were still Kagura, there's still Harley that was unpicked, but they decided to go with Vexana and Alice. There was still Farsa as well that was free, but there was no Grok, so you can't do the Guardian Barrier over the Federal Airstrike, which is very, very powerful.
But to be honest, even if Aerowolf already selected Martis, right? If he able to line it up and then Farsa just using her ultimate, she will contribute a lot of damage to that. So you don't have to use Grok all the time. You just need to have a really strong CC to line the people up here.
Now the game is back. The Lord will go down as RIQ is trying to chase Watt away. There is LJ though with the backup. It's going to be 2v2 Liam and Instinct against Watt versus LJ trying to chase it out. And G with that from that Vexana, my bad, because G is an RIQ. But anyway, G will go down inside here with that Shadow Blazer just waiting to happen and will go down. The Singer, however, was able to get the kill on the Vexana, but look at this fight. There is Phenomenon Blast onto the Mortal Coil and will be able to get that kill as Martis is able to find that person. However, the players from Aerowolf has to run back because they are now getting a lot of damage. Look at that. Shadow Blast, not a wave will happen and Martis will go down from Jujuru, and Aerowolf is in a pickle. Pickle. My bad. That was the wrong word. And
RIQ shouldn't be too greedy here anytime soon. G is going to be resurrected. They have to retreat back and replenish their HP here and go farm some more to, give the finishing blow to Aerowolf if they want to come up as a third place.
And look at this, Watt is trying to farm on top lane, getting as much gold as possible right now. He has 8,400 gold on him, whereas if you look at Lancelot, you look at I Am Jago, 9,700, and Tuturu has 9,300. The carries in RQ is definitely far more fed than what is in Aerowolf Proxy.
But interestingly, RQ do not have a lot of magical resist items compared to Aerowolf Proxy. They already, 3 members of them already got Athena Shield to compensate for Gashin's magical damage, but RQ, they already got, they are fighting 2 mages here.
Yeah.
They wasn't making, so they have G, 1 mage.
1 mage, because G is not doing all that much well, so it felt like making
Athena Shield.
A magic resist or Athena Shield item is not exactly a good idea when they're snowballing. They don't need it right now, but if suddenly G is able to snowball out of the way, which is going to be very possible. But if G was able to snowball out of that fight, out of that position, then they will start building the Athena Shield. But at the moment, their main issue is not G. It's Watt.
Watt wasn't able to scale as fast as their RQ counterpart.
But he's still dealing a lot of damage with the Poison Stinger, with the Dark Rise, with his passive being able to silence a lot of people right at once, because when you skill around him, you actually get silenced for 1 second, and that is a lot. That is a lot of CC.
But right now, RQ already pushed into the tier 3 turret. It's not looking so good for Aerowolf. The Wolf Pack have to get their things together, Oh my god. we're still at game 1. It was won by RRQ. Either RRQ win this or Aerowolf can make a comeback with the 2 win and secure the 3rd place. But nothing is written on the book yet, so we'll have to see this match come into fruition.
Yeah, just looking at how the game is going, I kind of feel like RIQ might be able to win this if they keep doing what they're doing, keep pressuring all the lanes as they were doing it, keep making good decisions on every wars they're doing. Just make sure you don't die too much, because the Vexana, I think the Vexana pick is now showing a lot of fruit. When you're fighting with a Vexana, that means you're going a 6v5 almost every time.
That's very true.
And when someone dies out of it, that means it's gonna be a 6v4. One extra person in that can tank at least 70% of the actual damage the enemy that was cursed into is able to tank. That means that is a lot. That is a lot of health. You can have one around, say if you have 5,000 health, that means you still get around 70% of that, which is 3,500 health, and that is a lot.
I really like the cameraman. He just like to focus on the girls here in GX. Come on, Yoran.
Do you like the cameraman? Or do you like the pretty girls that has been appearing on the camera?
I like pretty girls, pretty boys.
Pretty boys, not handsome boys. That's the keyword, right? Pretty boys.
But yeah, thank you guys for watching us here in the English live stream. We are very humbled to be here as your co-caster and also main caster. I'm Zuki Saki.
I think we're both co-casters. So I'm casting, then you'll be my co-caster.
So
when you're casting,
cast.
you'll be I'm your co-caster. The word co stands for like partner, right?
We're a buddy, partner in crime here, going to deliver this really intense Indonesian versus Indonesian
We've been
team.
partner in crime since MSC 2017.
Yeah.
Technically, so we're
OG.
We're OG. Anyways, Demonstrational Heroes, we can see it right here. This is the post-game breakdown from the other game, the game before, where RQ Oxygen, the lemon with that bane, is able to deal 40% of the damage.
Well, for Aerowolf, Roxy is quite equal between the Harley, the Kagura, and also Fanny there. 23%, 25%, and 30%.
And RQ has been showing a dominant performance in the second game. The first game didn't really go well for them. They still had the goal deficit on the first game. They were able to rat it out though, get that backdoor, that Nexus rush. However, in this game, they're showing a far more dominant game, a far better gameplay than before.
And of course, the game time is really short, 12 minutes and 36 seconds. This is one of the earlier game during the MSC 2017. But yeah, it was really intense. RRQ versus Aerowolf. Show your support using the emotes or using the hashtag really, hashtag FIFA RRQ for RRQ Oxygen.
Yeah.
And maybe for Aerowolf is hashtag Rising Wolf.
Correct me if I'm wrong, it was like if you like Aerowolf.
Yeah.
It was love if you love
Aerowolf.
RQ.
Oh.
Was it? Oh, no. It was like if you're supporting RQ, and if it was love if you're supporting Aerowolf.
But yeah, it's really crowded here in GXPO. I hope you guys at home or wherever you are in the bus or anything, you are very comfortable watching us here on your phone, on your TV. They do have like a full percussion there for the RQ or Aerowolf.
They don't have a trumpet though.
Trumpet. It'll be chaos though for us.
It's gonna be super awesome.
It's gonna be awesome for the viewers, but it's gonna be very loud for us.
It's gonna be like Indonesia. This whole trumpet comes in. Super awesome if that happens. They should really have like a whole percussion team. You know, like a whole band, like not like the guitar band. Oh, we're gonna go back into the game right now.
The Tuturu is just going to clear up the wave here. One is taking precaution of the Jawhead to Guru Liam, and also Lemon here going to be roaming around in mid lane. 4 men of RQ going into the mid lane, putting a lot of pressure.
How Aerowolf feels when they're having to face G as an enemy when Vexana gets a curse onto him. I think it would just be kind of depressing for G as well. Like, I don't really want to kill myself, but you know.
So yeah. I mean, RRQ right now, they're having a lot of pressure into Aerowolf's jungle. They're stealing the buff easily. So now Lord is resurrected. They could go for it. As you can see, Lancelot. So I Am Jago is going for it with his lifesteal and also damage. It's gonna be very easy for him to clear out Lord right now.
Oh, there is that rocket coming from Instinct. Probably the eject, but look at this I Am Jago trying to solo that Lord all by himself, not reducing and not getting any damage because he has the lifesteal to do that. But look at that, there is the curse right onto Rave, and if Rave dies right here, there's gonna be a puppet onto that Rave, and Rave is a tanky. Oh, look at that, Wall was able to deal a lot of damage, but will get blinked away instead. Blinked away to safety as Instinct is right behind them. Tudor right behind the Aerowolf team as he's trying to deal enough damage here. There's a Sword Spike, and what will have to go. No, never mind. Actually got that one, but after the Sword rose, Lancelot, I Am Jago was able to get one kill. However, LJ here will try to Jeep Kundo right onto the Nexus, trying to get someone just off guard, but they're gonna do the Lord again as I Am Jago here along with Instinct will try to push one more time, trying to get the win as this game is now hitting the 40-minute mark.
And of course, they are trying. Oh!
There is a fight going on, and there's a more. Look at that! I Am Jago was able to kill one more, and G has went down. There is one, three more people as one is currently on responding, and mega kill right onto the Gushing as Joe will go down. Double kill as well onto the Gushing as now Tuturu dealing a lot of damage, getting all that kills, and only leaving Billy and Wad to hold that Nexus. Can they do this, or is this going to be a GG for RRQ Oxygen?
Aerowolf Foxy is going to be in a pinch now. Four
There
people
is
down
that
here.
damage coming in. There is a Shadow Persona waiting to happen, and John will able to get that kill. And RRQ Oxygen getting the third place in MSC 2018 on that podium spot, the bronze medal.
Congratulations to RRQ Oxygen for getting that third place. It was a really neck-to-neck match there, but fortunately for them, they were able to get it through this BO3.
Yes, and it was a 2-0 as well, and RRQ Oxygen is able to get a revenge match coming against Aero